Okay, we are live. How y'all doing out there in Paradigm Shift TV world? Give us 1 second. Give me time to hit this record button, and we're gonna be right with y'all. We got a good one for y'all today, man. Sabio Robinson is in the building. Rabbi Lewis is in the building. Okay, welcome back to another episode of Paradigm Shift TV 314. Man, we got a good one for y'all today. In the building today, we got my brother Sabio Robinson in the building. We got the newcomer who've already been interviewed, Rabbi Lewis in the building. And man, they finna have an open discussion, a topic on Islam. For those of y'all who may not be a part of the back chat, we have a back chat called Paradigm Shift TV 314, and it's a real turned up chat. It get real lit, man. And we got some heat coming from that chat today. Sabio Robinson, he has some discrepancies or some issues on his end, and he wanted to bring it to the public and let the people know so everything can be put on record. And y'all know how we do over here. We all about truth. So before we get into all of that, I want to give each of my brothers a chance to introduce themselves, and we're going to start with my brother Sabio Robinson. Sabio Robinson, take yourself off mute, my brother. Let the people know who you are, where they can find you at, and what's the topic of this discussion, my brother.
What up? What up? Peace, y'all. Peace. He said, my name is D. I'm also go by scripture rippers, and as you see on the board, on the screen, you see some heat, also known as the Turkish, Arabic, Moorish, Hebrew, Israelite killer. And all that means is that I am killing all of that nonsense because we are Africans and we do not need religion. Neither Abraham in 2021 for our people. So that's why I call myself Turkish, Arabic, Moorish, Hebrew, Israelite killer. Because all of that has to die. Since anybody that has a religion, but y'all know how I feel about them. If y'all been around me and y'all heard me speak, religion isn't valid or vital. We are in the space age. We are on the internet talking about Jesus and outdated book, while or on other channels like Modern Day Debate, we have people debating on topics that actually more have to deal with us. Like last night, I had watched on Modern Debates and it had a topic.
You a little low, my brother. If Sabio, real quick, if you could come a little closer to the mic, you a little low.
I'm very close to the mic. I think it's because I just got low.
Okay. Okay, go ahead, my brother.
My fault. But the topic of discussion that they had was is there systemic racism in policing? Is there systemic racism in policing? No, I just need everyone within the listening audience to just think about that topic. That two white boys were discussing while we're in 2021 debating over Muhammad, Allah, Jesus, Yahweh, and a book written 2,000 years ago. That I close. Yo, I'm done, nobody.
Okay. Y'all just heard from the brother, Sabio Robinson. That is the founder and host of the Scripture Rippers YouTube channel. Y'all go check that brother out when y'all get a chance. Rabbi Lewis, take yourself off mute, my brother. Introduce yourself to the Paradigm Shift audience, and we're gonna jump right into this after you get through, my brother.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
I didn't hear anything Sabio said. Not one thing he said I heard. I don't know if it was just me. We couldn't hear him in the chat room either.
Yeah, see, Sabio, I told you, bro, you were kind of low, bro.
Y'all couldn't hear me at all?
No, nothing you said registered.
was
I
low.
listened to it. Nothing you
Yeah,
said. We heard nothing.
it was real low,
What
bro.
the hell, bro? Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can y'all
Can you hear him, Rabbi?
chat?
No, we couldn't. We didn't hear anything you said. Not one thing.
Can you hear me now, Rabbi Lewis?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What the hell? I'm not doing anything different.
You have to reintroduce yourself.
It sounds good now, bro. So it's
Wow.
good.
I'm not doing anything different. I'm talking in the mic the same exact way.
Okay, well, let's get it going right now then. If you could take about 45 seconds to a minute to rephrase what you just said so Rabbi Lewis can hear you. But it was pretty much just his introduction, Rabbi. But go ahead, do it again, Sabio. No issue, big bro. Go ahead.
You know, as he said, I am the Scripture Rippers, the founder and host. Well, not the founder, because the Scripture Rippers was a conglomerate of everyone that represents and rocks with me. You know, Rocky, Raheem, Supreme. We all decided to name it Scripture Rippers. And you know, as you see on the board, you see Tamik. And I call myself Tamik, or Turkish, Arabic, Moronic, Hebrew, Israelite killer, because that is exactly what we need to do. We need to kill these Abrahamic faiths, these religions, because that's what they have been to our people. They have been the great cultural entity eraser for African Americans, African people of African descent, all three of them. And before I go, I'll say this, because it's 2021, and we as people, and we as descendants of those people that were enslaved and abused and misused by these religions, arguing over which one is best for our people. When on shows like Modern Day Debates, you have what some people here will call our enemies debating over is there systemic racism in policing. I just need y'all to think about that. We're arguing about which one of these ancient religions is best for our people. Asian, what y'all will call our enemies, are arguing over is there systemic racism in policing. That I'm out. But now.
Okay. Could you hear him, Rabbi Lewis?
It was a little choppy at first, but at the end I did hear.
Okay, but don't worry about it though. That was just his introduction. Go ahead and give your introduction, and then if you can't hear what he's gonna say after this, then that would be a bigger issue because what he's saying after this are actually things that you're gonna need to address. So just give your introduction, and then we'll go from there.
Allahu Akbar. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the especially merciful. I bear witness that there's no God but Allah, that Muhammad is his messenger. And I seek reverence in Allah for errors in my own ego. 1 second. Just make sure you guys can hear me.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, great. Can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. Islam family. It's Rabbi Lewis, aka Louis Islam. I'm to be back on the panel. I guess tonight's engagement is about whether or not Islam is good for Black people. So I'm prepared to get into this. Again, my name is Rabbi Lewis. Great. Can you guys hear me? But published author, I've written over 30 books. Just go to Amazon, type in Rabbi Lewis. You know, I'm a man of many hats myself. You know what I mean? I went to seminary school at Timbuktu Seminary School for Arabic Studies, amongst many other things. Looking forward to today's discussion.
Okay, okay. Um, Brother Sabio, man, I'm going to give you 15 minutes for you to lay out your position on this issue. And then after you, we're going to give Rabbi Lewis 15 minutes to respond and give his position. And then I'm going to let you two brothers have a back and forward. We're going to do a sound check real quick, Sabio, because there's still some people in the chat who said that your mic was still kind of low to them. So let's just see real quick.
Yo, am I better? Am I better?
I can hear you fine, but it's something with them. Rabbi Lewis, can you hear Sabio?
Sabio, say something.
Yo, am I better? Am I better?
Yeah,
If
it's not good now.
If you can hear Sabio, put a 1 in the chat. If you think you still have audio issues, put a 2 in the chat. We're gonna try to get it fixed for y'all because I want y'all to hear my brother Sabio out. You know what I'm saying? We don't want nobody to be misrepresented. We don't want anybody position to be mistaken. So give me 1 second because you know they like a couple of seconds behind us. Okay, I'm getting some yes. Thank you, brother Rocky Brown. Okay, we're getting some more yeses. Okay, well, it sounds like they can hear you fine, brother Sabio. Black Lion Supreme, appreciate you on that. Sabio, go ahead. You got 15 minutes from the moment that you start to give your position on the topic at hand. Go ahead, my brother.
All right, well, look, topic at hand is, or I really don't really know if there's really a topic, but I guess it is. And it is if Islam or any of these religions are going to help us in 2021. And my stance is a solid no. Now, let me get this out the way, and let me get it out the way very quickly. There are some things, some good takeaways from these faiths, from these religions. I will give it that. There are some good takeaways, but still, the good does not outweigh the bad. And that's what we tend to try to do with these Abrahamic faiths, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, the three that are on the board. Well, the one that's on the board, Islam. Okay, since Islam's on the board, let's put the other two to the side. Islam is one of the filthiest religions to ever cross Black people's paths. We should not ever want to go to the religion that started enforcing the slave trade, started going into Africa and kidnapping our ancestors and making little boys eunuchs, chopping their balls off, putting African women into harem. We should not be looking at this thing as something good and viable for our people. I don't care about Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam, none of that, because it's a copy and a cop-out of the shit that the Jews stole. It's a copy. You're nothing but a thief, a liar, and you're trying to manipulate the people to make other people rich. And it has to stop. The Muslims are guilty as the Christians. Y'all been getting away too long. I'm not here to be friends with anybody that's going to say Allah Akbar. You want war? Then bring the war. You want holy war? Bring the holy war. I'm a jihadist. I don't care about your Islam. That shit is crap. And it's one of the worst things ever put on the world. For 622 years, 622 years, they enslaved Africans under the banner of Islam. You want to sit up here and act like it's something good? Let's get it. Hush.
All right, all right. Well, hey, Sabio didn't even need his entire 15 minutes. Let me make sure, Sabio, you still got a significant amount of time left, my brother. Do you yield the rest of your time?
I yield because I got so much more.
Okay, okay. Rabbi Lewis, he yield the rest of his time, my brother. You have 15 minutes to give your position and address anything that you may have heard, bro. Let me set the timer. The floor is yours when you start your first word, bro.
Alhamdulillah, get us Rabbi Lord Sakir Louis Islam, or Shia Muslim. Mashallah. Hold on a second. Okay, let's dive in, inshallah. So we heard the term a lot, like, I'm not a rocket scientist, right? Yeah, people say that, right? Sarcastically. But like, there's a scholar named Michael Hart, who is a rocket scientist, actually. And he named Muhammad, the prophet of Islam, the most influential man in history. The scholar's name was Michael Hart. He was a academic and a rocket scientist. And he named Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the most influential man in history. Second was Jesus, or whatever, right? But anyway, thought that was relevant. You know, the Quran says on Yom Kippur, the day of resurrection, the blue-eyed men will be judged. But the only issue with that is the word there for eye. There's no the word there for eye in Arabic. I.e., it's not used. So somebody mistranslated that. It actually means blue-eyed with white skin. So in Islam, white skin was actually frowned upon. So when the Quran says in Yom Kippur, which is the day of resurrection, uh, the blue-eyed ones would be scourged or whatever. The only issue, but the word for eye there is not there in the Arabic. Somebody mistranslated that on purpose from the Arabic. I took Arabic courses, and the word there means blue-eyed, blonde, blue-eyed, white skin. So the Arabs look down on white skin. Let's go deeper. Even I wrote a book called I wrote over 30 books. I wrote a book called The Holy Prophet Muhammad Found in the Hindu Scriptures, where the Hindus in the Vedas, the Vedas is like the writings of the Hindus, where they prophesied Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, in fact, it's said in India in the Vedas in Hinduism, for example, once you reach higher level of consciousness, you don't use idols anymore. So even in the Vedas, it frowns upon making idols. There was an excellent story that Sheikh what's his name? Sheikh Khan. Tells the story better than I can, you know. But so the fly, like a bug, got into libation, and they were pointing to the idols, showing that there's no God but Allah. So like I said, we were opening around. So in my opening premise, I just want to say, inshallah, that white skin was frowned upon by the original Arabs. You know, I wrote a book called African Origins of Judah, the Holy Prophets. And essentially, in the book, is in a nutshell, is proving that Muhammad was black, that the Arabs looked down on pale skin and blue eyes. You know, as far as enslaving Africans, I think you're looking at the cup half empty, but instead of looking at the half full. It's like, if Islam was not so great, right? How was it able to spread the way it did? Like, yeah, Islam enslaved black people, Lewis. Well, that shows its divinity, because how was it able to come into Sudan and Africa and take over millions of people? So that shows that Islam is divine, not that it's a bad religion. That'll be my opening statement. Inshallah, tonight will be edifying.
That's peace. That's peace. Okay. Well, so I just want to make sure, Rabbi Lewis, you are conceding the rest of your time, correct?
Yeah, that'll be my opening statement. Inshallah, this is gonna be edifying.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, as y'all can see what the issue is tonight. If you are an avid person who watch Scripture Rippers, you already know the position that my brother Sabio holds. He's against the three Abrahamic faiths in religion. And as pertaining tonight, since Brother Rabbi Lewis is a representative of Islam, tonight my brother Sabio Robinson is expressing his disagreement with Islam. He posed some nice questions. My brother Sabio put it out there that how can we rock with this belief system, seeing all of the atrocities that it has done, not only to other people around the world, but specifically to Black people. And we see that my brother Rabbi Lewis came in his opening argument, letting it be known, according to his position, that a lot of those atrocities and things that have happened were mistaken or either took out of context according to the text. So, Sabio, hey, we're gonna let both of you brothers have a back and forward. All I ask is that y'all keep it respectful. I don't mind y'all getting turned up. And Brother Sabio, this is your opportunity to go first, and whatever question or statements that you want to make, just allow Brother Rabbi Lewis to respond, and I will let both of y'all flow. As long as y'all flowing, if I need to step in, I will. And towards the end, I will have a couple of questions for both of you brothers. But Sabio, the floor is yours. Rabbi Lewis, listen to my brother, because he's going to have questions for you and statements for you that you're going to have to address, my brother. So let's get it going. Go ahead, Sabio.
All right. So he just said a few things that sounded cool. Bunch of just Islamic apologetics. I'm just that out there. And first thing I want to bring to his attention, and I think some people in the chat should already know what I'm bringing to the attention. And you know, I said I wasn't going to share my screen, but I think I need to share my screen. I don't know if he's aware of this.
Okay, give me 1 second. If you're going to share your screen, let me unshare my screen, and you should be able to share yours, my brother.
I don't think he's really aware of
Go ahead, bro.
who he's talking to. All right. So let me share my screen real quick. All right. Now, what I'm pulling up is probably going to hurt your feelings. Are you familiar with this? Race rebellion and Arab Muslim slavery, the Zaz rebellion in Iraq, 869 to 883 CE. Are you familiar with this?
Yes.
Okay. So in this, who did they enslave in the Zaz rebellion? It wasn't white people. It wasn't who you said that white skin was hated on. No, it was Africans. And what did they call these Africans? Do I need to go read what they call these Africans? Do I need to go read what they call these Africans for you, sir? Do you want me to do this? You really want to go here with me? All right, let me get into this. All right. Yeah. Want to sit up there and act like this shit is some good shit. Yeah. I'm in my bag tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He in his bag.
Islam shit to me. Let me get there.
Peace to the chat. Peace to the chat.
Get to the meat of it. Get down to the meat of this. See, I said I wasn't gonna share sources. But yeah, you know what they called the Africans up in here? Let's see. In the 9th century, enslaved Africans from the east coast of Africa called the Zaj revolted for nearly 15 years in southern Iraq against their Arab slave masters and challenged the social order of the Abbasid Empire. This thesis is a socio-historical investigation on the role that, what does that word say? Race played in starting the Zaj rebellion of 869 CE. It examines the Arab Islamic slave trade and the racial stratification experienced by Blacks, not whites, in the early centuries of Islamic history in conjunction with the Zaj rebellion. All right. Let's see. This thesis argues that because of the racialized social structure, a racial contestation manifested in the form of one of the largest and longest lasting slavery rebellions in world history, the Zaj rebellion. That's just the acknowledgement. I ain't even got into it. That's just the intro. I got more.
Okay, real quick, based off of what's being seen right now, Rabbi Lewis, go ahead and respond, bro.
Okay. Do you know who Bilal's father's name was?
That has nothing to do with any of this. Bilal's father has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Don't change the conversation to me knowing people's fathers. Talk about what I'm talking about. The slave rebellion and slavery. Islamic slavery. Stop running from the topic, talking about people's names.
Okay, hello. I I beg the question of opening round. If how were the Muslims? Is the question? You guys hear me?
Islamic slavery. Stop running from the topic, talking about.
We can hear you perfectly, bro. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you're looking at the glass half empty versus looking at it half full. How were the Muslims able to come into Africa and enslave the people there if Islam was not divine?
So Islam is divine by enslaving people? So you call it slavery divine? So slavery is divine in your?
How were the Muslims able to come? Were the Muslims able to come into Africa and enslave the indigenous people there? That's the question. Did they not have weapons as well? Were they helpless? Are they little children? Were they helpless little children? How would the Muslims come in Africa and just start taking stuff?
Oh, because they had weaponry that the Africans didn't have.
So you don't think that's a blessing from God?
No,
to be able to have weaponry?
That's what you call advancement in technology, sir. Advancements in technology.
So you're mad, you're upset with Islam because the native Africans were too hold on, let me finish. You're upset with Islam because the native Africans were too retarded to have weapons, and the Arabs did have weapons. So you're upset because they defeated somebody who was too retarded to have weapons.
Oh no! Oh, so now I'm upset. No, you see what you're doing now is talking about the lack of technology that the Africans decided not to. Some Africans.
Whose fault is that? The Africans
hold on. I'm answering your question. You asked me to hush when you went on and you asked, so let me answer. So, because some African tribes decided not to get guns and the technological advancements that the Arabs had, that's their fault. No, I'm not upset at them. But what I'm upset is the religion that is supposed to be divine coming in and taking people into, what does it say? Slavery had existed throughout history in various forms, including servitude, military slavery, debt, bondage, and chattel slavery. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. You see, you're jumping over things to try to put the blame on Africa and shift the blame to the Africans and their lack of technology. No, it's not on them. It's on the people who were supposed to be the technologically advanced to help advance the people. But no, what they did was they took their technology and they used it to what? Use their religion and their technology to enslave a people, dehumanize a people, castrate people, make women harem whores, and also sometimes, you know what, cut off some of their genitalias and things like that. And you're sitting here and acting like this shit is supposed to be praised? Let's get it.
Go ahead, Rabbi Lewis.
Again, this is a straw man argument. It's a ridiculous logical fallacy argument.
No, it isn't.
You're
it's
upset.
The truth.
Let me finish.
It's the truth.
Let me finish, bro. Did I yield the floor? You're upset. Afrocentrics are upset with Muslims and Islam because they had better weapons than the Africans, or more advanced than the Africans. And it looks like that's a bad thing when that's a blessing from God. To be able to have better weapons than everybody around you shows that Islam was divine, not that it was a negative experience, spiritual experience. So I'm trying to understand why I don't want to curse. Why are you so adamant about this when it shows that Islam was actually divine, that they have better weapons than everybody else around them? I don't understand.
Islam was not divine.
Real quick. Sabio, unshare your screen real quick and then continue to answer his question, bro.
Islam was not divine. Islam is not divine. Islam is late in the game. You know, it's the youngest religions out of all the three Abrahamic faiths. It's the youngest one, so it's most definitely not divine. You know, let's not even play these games, you know? Talking about it's a fallacious argument. No, it isn't. I'm arguing from fact. And what you're doing is you're trying to turn it into something else. You're trying to take the blame off of the Muslims because the Muslims are way more guilty than you want to allow. You know, the Ottoman Empire that I was finna get into, 622 years. But this is after the Zand revolt.
Hold on, wait a second. Before you switch subjects real quick, I just want
switching.
to. I don't mean in a bad way. You just said that you didn't even get to mention the empire that you was going to mention. But before you mention that, I just want the topic to be known based off what y'all flowing in now. Okay. You brought up slavery and the killing and atrocities that Islam did to African people.
And he has not addressed it once.
Hold on, wait. No, he did. Listen to me, bro. I'm finna give you his response, and then you can respond to his response. Okay. You brought up the atrocities and the killings of African people based off what the Muslims did. What Rabbi Lewis is saying is that there was a point in time when African people were the top of the food chain. They did have the top weapons, and they did go to war, and they was on top. Now what he's saying is when Islam came on the scene, the God that Islam followed, when Islam went to war with other African countries, he's saying he's agreeing with what you said about slavery. He's agreeing with what you said about the wars, but what he's saying is the reason why Islam won is because Islam had God on their side.
No.
Go ahead.
I disagree. The only thing I will agree with you on what you're saying, that he's saying, is that Islam had God on his side. All the rest is not what he's saying. What he basically said, and what he said was that the Africans were dumb because they did not advance with the weaponry, and Islam was right and divine for coming in and enslaving them. This is what he said.
Right.
No, he did not ever say what you said. So
no. Listen,
no. Let me respond.
Slow down.
No, you slow down. You see?
Listen, bro. I'm just moderating. Listen to me, bro. Your argument,
moderator, bro.
No, listen, Sabio. Listen to me. Your argument
is
not
things
with
the way
me.
you want to, but
Sabio,
you say things the way.
Sabio, can you please listen, bro? Your argument is not with me. All I did was rephrase his question, bro. I'm not arguing with you, bro. This is not a me and you thing. I'm just rephrasing what he said to you, bro. Address him.
I don't need you to rephrase because I know what he said. That's why that's why I asked you really to do your best to stay out of it. Because I don't need you to try to save him. Because what he did was stop.
Time out. Time out. You listen, bro, before I put you on mute. What you're doing, you're being undermined, bro. I'm not being biased at all. You can go check any video that I do. I am rephrasing the question. I'm gonna do the same for you when he responds, bro. This is not me taking nobody's side. This is
rephrase the question.
Listen to me, bro.
He said what he said, what you thought he was saying. So bro, that's not a rephrasing of the question.
A rephrasing of the question is so that the audience who just came into the chat can catch up to what's going on. I'm not saving him, bro. Calm down, bro. I've been hosting for you was on YouTube. I'm not taking nobody's side. I am moderating, bro. Calm down, bro. Please, just calm down.
I'm over here calm as ever.
Okay, I'm saying so okay. Well, stop saying I'm doing something I'm not. All I'm doing is moderating. I rephrase his question for you. This is not a me and you moment. So bro, let's please get back to the show in fairness, bro. Okay, for the listening audience, Sabio gave his opening. Rabbi Lewis gave his opening. The point that we are at now, Sabio is saying that the Muslims have committed atrocities. Rabbi Lewis is agreeing that the Muslims has committed atrocity. The only difference is Rabbi Lewis is saying those atrocities that have been committed is because Islam is divine. And we know that when it comes to the Abrahamic faith, you know, it's war in the Bible, it's war in the Quran, it's war in Africa. But Rabbi Lewis is saying God was on their side because they did have the advanced technology. Sabio Robinson agrees that atrocities were committed, but he disagrees that it was because of God. That's where we're at. I'm not being biased, bro. Sabio, I'm gonna give you a minute and a half to address where we're at now because Rabbi Lewis hasn't spoken in a minute. But go ahead and just finish addressing where we're at now, my brother.
So, again, these Abrahamic faiths, as you just so eloquently put, the second time has been atrocious on the African and African descendants of Africans, however you want to call us, black people, niggas, Negroes, African Americans, Africans in America. It has been atrocious, and Islam has led the charge. It began under Islam. It didn't begin under Christianity. It began under Islam.
Okay, we got you. We got you. Okay. Brother Rabbi Lewis, take yourself off mute. I'm finna rephrase to where we're at now, and you can address it from that standpoint. Brother Sabio Robinson has a problem with the atrocities, and you let it be known that the reason why Islam is on top and conquered and did what they did is because they had God on their side. Sabio disagree with you that God was on their side. Go ahead, my brother.
Right, mashallah. So two big things. You know, is a NASA scientist. So NASA is like a space agency. Named Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's an African American astronomist, and he did an excellent lecture, a khutbah, and he was saying how most of the American star systems have Arabic names. So he was going to how most of the star systems in American astronomy have Arabic names. Why? As he goes into in this lecture, you'll know why. So I digress. So so to say the Arabs were not advanced or whatever, it's ridiculous. They had all the astronomical names in Western astronomy have Arabic names, almost all of them. So, yeah. Second thing, you can't. Are we really overlooking what Noble Drew Ali did with the Moor Science Temple, who brought Islam to our people, the slaves? Elijah Muhammad, peace be upon him, Master Fard Muhammad, Clarence 13X with the 5%ers. Are we really going to just gloss over and look over what Islam did for African American people academically? I mean, really? That's ridiculous. Last point, if you read Master Fard Muhammad's work, who trained, peace be upon him, excuse me, Allah be pleased with him, Master Fard Muhammad, I have disagreements with the 5%ers on certain topics, being a Shia Muslim, but he even said that a lot of the slaves were from the tribe of Shabazz, and they came from Mecca. So a lot of the slaves that came through the slave trade didn't come from West Africa. A lot of them came from Mecca in Saudi Arabia. There was a lot of blacks living in Saudi Arabia and Mecca, you know, Mecca where the cobblestone is. And a lot of the slaves were rounded up from Mecca and brought to America. So a lot of the slaves didn't even come from West Africa. They were traveling from the tribe of Shabazz, living up in Mecca by the where the cobblestone is. A lot of the slaves, according to Master Fard Muhammad's work, find us on Wikipedia. He claimed anyway. A lot of the slaves came from Mecca. So to say Islam is so fallacious or whatever, when a lot of the slaves were Muslims themselves.
Okay, go ahead, Sabio. Take yourself off mute, Sabio. Go ahead.
Oh, I guess when he just said a lot of the slaves was Muslims, I guess he's talking about in the Ottoman Empire under the Sultans, you know, because most of the Sultans, everybody under the Ottoman Empire was basically a slave. Everybody was a slave. His top advisors, the Sultan's top advisors were slaves. So if you're talking about the Ottoman Empire, then let's go there, please, because I've been studying this for a couple months now, and I'm very well versed in it. And you know, somebody just asked me if I prepare for this debate. This isn't a debate. This is a conversation, American dumbass. So let's see. Ottoman slavery in Africa. From the Horn of
Come
Africa.
on, Sabio, man. Don't do the chat like that. Go ahead, though. Go ahead, bro.
The Horn of Africa in modern Turkey from 1500 to the present. All right. The Ottoman slave trade. You see, he just said a lot of the slaves came from where? Where did he say they came from? Mecca. He said slaves came from Mecca. All right.
Correct.
Mecca.
Yes, correct.
All right. Righty. Somewhere there's a misrepresentation of information. People like to lie. So right here on I'm sharing, and you see the Ottoman slave trade. You see Eritrea and Ethiopia, Egypt and the Sudan. Right? All right. I don't think I need to go any further, but I will. I will just go a little bit further. You know, slavery and slave trade in North and Northeast Africa has been documented since the 8th millennium before the Christian era and is thus over 10,000 years old. All right, let's see. It says in the 1st century, the author of Terror Plus of the Red Sea reported on the trade with people from Somalia to Egypt. In the following centuries, traders from Oman, Yemen, Turkey, Egypt, Persia, and India dominated trade in the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean until European powers displaced them at the end of the 19th century. In this reign covers about 400 years, but it is unclear how many victims this time claimed in the Horn of Africa, not Mecca. From Sudan comes figures of 100,000 victims who died only in the counterinsurgency of the 1820s. The deaths from famines, explosions, fires, and war were not counted. It is also unclear how many people were sold into slavery and how many died during the previous hunts and transports to the markets. Between 1500 and 1923, and I'll end after this, after I read these. 1.5 million people are said to have been deported across the Red Sea, mainly via the port cities of Suwakin, Massawa, and Zelia. Most of them came from Ethiopia, Oromo, Sidama, and Gulaje, Eritrea, Somalia, and Sudan, Darfur, Nupe, Dinka, Nuba, Kordofan, Wadi, Borno, and Bagaruni. For the Ottoman, North Africa, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Egypt, further horror scene scenarios arise. Between 650, the year 650, and the year 1600. I want you to listen to these numbers, you Muslim sellout. Between 650 and 1600, 4.8 million, and between 1500 and 1800, a further 2 million people are said to have been sold through the Sahara. Oh, let me continue. These victims were brought across the desert on foot and then resold in the port cities of the Mediterranean. They were mostly used as, what did I say? Eunuchs and concubines in the harems as personal servants of who? The Sultan. In private households and agriculture, in the coffee houses, or the docks of Izmir and Istanbul. You want me to keep going? Because I keep punching.
No, stop right there, Sabio. What source is that? What you reading from?
This is the Ottoman slave trade.
Okay. Brother Rabbi Lewis.
Africa, Ottoman slavery in Africa.
I got you. Brother Rabbi Lewis, you made a statement that the Muslims did what they did, but the slaves that they had were not mostly coming from West Africa. Sabio just read a source that not only said that y'all were in West Africa, but y'all were all over Africa. So you being an African American, as us on this panel as well, based off the source that Sabio just read, that said that not only were y'all in West Africa, but y'all were all over Africa, in which that makes you a sellout for even being a Muslim. How would you respond to that, my brother? Take yourself off mute and go ahead.
Okay, if that's the case, like, the Black Hebrew Israelites have been debating the Christian apologists for the last 6 months about the Hebrews on the pew argument. You guys heard that argument. And there was a Hebrew on the pew in a church in Georgia somewhere where the slaves were speaking Hebrew. When if you do some research, it was actually Arabic. Why are these slaves speaking Arabic? I digress. Next thing.
Hold up. Wait, Rabbi. I don't know the people who follow Brother Berean channel. And what Rabbi Lewis said, that was major for like the last 2 years. There were Israelites saying that there was Hebrew writing on the pews. Come to find out, the expert said that it was Arabic writing on the pews. So I just wanted to update that. Go ahead, Rabbi.
Yeah, certainly. So it's been proven it was Arabic. If you look at it, if you speak Arabic, which I do. I have more to say. It's a video game called The Deadliest Warrior. I used to play all the time. And they tell you, it was like, like different warriors from different times and epochs in history. And there's a pirate in the video game. And it tells the golden age of piracy was in the 1700s and 1800s, which is about the Moors, actually. So golden age of piracy is about, because, the United States didn't have what do you call that? A navy at the time. So when they were trying to transport on their ships, the Moors were stealing their ships at ransom in exchange for payments. So they were pirates. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were stealing U.S. Navy ships because they didn't have a navy. The United States didn't have a navy. So they sent letters to the King of Morocco begging him to protect them from pirates, Moorish pirates. And Sidi Muhammad made a treaty with the United States to say, okay, just pay me X amount and I'll stop trying to rob you. This is why the capital of America is called the White House, where the president lives. The reason why is that because the original capital of Morocco was called Casablanca, which means the White House. So actually, the place where the president lives is called the White House, but it's called that because after the capital of Morocco, which is called Casablanca, which is Spanish for White House. That's why they named it after the capital of Morocco, which is Casablanca, which means White House. What else I want to say?
Wait. I just want to be fair to Sabio, and I want to be fair to the chat. And because they asking and alluding to the same statement I'm about to make. Sabio just presented a source, and I hear you talking about America, but Sabio just presented a source with dates that was before the establishment of America as well. The chat and also myself, I want to hear you address the statements from the source that Sabio just presented that showed that the Muslims were not only putting our people in slavery, but they also had our women as concubines. And you can take that as rape or sexual immorality or other places. I want you to address those notions from the source that Sabio presented. Go ahead, my brother. I'm talking about you, Rabbi Lewis.
1 second.
Crickets.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm here. I was just writing.
You get crickets.
I just
Sabio, let him go. I got you, Sabio. Rabbi Lewis, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was just writing down what I want to say. Sorry about that. So there's an excellent movie called, I believe it's called The Black Knight with Martin Lawrence, the actor from Bad Boy Films, and the white dude called him a Moor on the in the movie. That's in here, not there. Also, Morgan Freeman, who's an African American actor, played a Moor in the movie about Robin Hood. He was actually a Moor in the movie. He's black. So, but let's keep going. There was a movie where some Italians were speaking. I'm gonna address your question in a second. I'm not dancing. He was talking to one of his Italian friends who was Sicilian, and he was telling your ancestors were niggers. Excuse my language. And he was like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "Yeah, the Moors," because he gave him a history lesson because he never needed to know about his ancestry. He was like, "The Moors came into Italy, in Sicilia, Italy, and mixed with the indigenous people. That's why you guys have dark hair, and you don't have blue eyes and blonde hair anymore. Because the niggers came in and mixed." He was like, "If you're Sicilian, you're half nigger." And he was like, "What?" And he shot him and killed him, whatever. So to address your question, about the Moors and the Ottoman Empire, whatever, enslaving blacks. This is ridiculous. This is an excellent book, which I mentioned before, by Robert C. Davis, called Christian Slaves and Muslim Masters, how the Moors were enslaving Europeans. They actually went up to Italy and other places. So again, the book is called Christian Slaves and Muslim Masters by Robert C. Davis. There's actually pictures in the book where he shows how the Moors were enslaving Europeans in the Barbary Wars. So I get the floor. So they said they were enslaving blacks, which is ridiculous. They were enslaving white people since from time immemorial. The Moors were enslaving Europeans. So I don't understand.
Go ahead, Sabio. Y'all slow, man. Y'all can take yourself off mute if y'all want to. Y'all having it back and forward. So go ahead and address each other.
Yo, this is comical. This man just mentioned a comedy movie, The Black Knight, where they was calling Martin Lawrence a Moor in disrespect, and he finally caught on to it when he said, I'm starting to like that Moor word less and less. This man, then he went to Robin Hood, where they was calling the man Moor in disrespect. And he's talking about the Moors enslaving Europeans. Hold up. This has nothing to do with the Moors of Spain or the Moors or the Northeast African Berbers. None of the Almoravids. Nothing to do with them. This has to do with the so-called Muslims that you are representing in 2021, and you danced away from the source. Lovely. I heard you yelling all your books out and all that. Your books can't save you from sources that say otherwise. Now, I can go into sources of the Ottoman Empire, and I have a whole library on the Ottoman Empire. Some of the same things about slavery in Africa. I want you to be a man and deal with what I read and stop gish galloping. It's not becoming of you. Allah is disappointed.
Go ahead, Rabbi. Come on, man. Sabio giving you that work, bro. Come on.
This is ridiculous. The two largest Islamic countries on the planet, which is Indonesia and Malaysia, no Islamic army ever went there. The two largest Islamic countries, not in Africa, not in Sudan, not in Arabia, not in Iran, not in Pakistan, not in Kuwait, not in India. The two largest countries on the planet, let me finish here, are Indonesia and Malaysia.
And I don't care about none of that.
No Islamic army ever went to Indonesia or Malaysia, and that's the two largest.
I don't care about none of that. I'm talking about them enslaving Africans, bro. Why are you not addressing that? What is the problem?
I addressed that in my opening premise round. That all you're venerating is the fact that the Africans were retarded and the Muslims were not, and they have better technology than the Africans, and you're upset about that. That's all you keep reiterating.
No.
You're upset.
You see. There you go. You want to call Africans retarded when Africans
they're too retarded.
Hold up, you punk ass Muslim. Because Africans have some of the best civilizations. You motherfuckers went over there and stole from. You stole our people. You want to say y'all advanced? Hold up, y'all not advanced. Y'all got the youngest religion in the world. Y'all religion come from a motherfucker who couldn't read. Don't play with me. This motherfucker couldn't read. Come on, man. You want to get serious? Get real. He's a copy of Jesus. He want to be Jesus. He stole Jesus's book and said, you know what? I'm going to be better than Jesus. And you mentioned Master Farah Muhammad and Noble Nut Ali. Fuck them too. They lied too. They were some sellouts like you.
Now I want to jump in real quick because at the beginning of the show, my brother Sabio accused me of being biased, but I want to say this. As a Christian man, and this is no shot at you, Rabbi Lewis, I got to agree with what he just said, bro. He said that I'm sorry for laughing. He said that Muhammad is a copy of Jesus. He want to be Jesus. I gotta agree with that, man. But go ahead, go ahead. I'm jump out.
Okay,
Go
can
ahead.
I respond to that? Nobody. Can I respond to that?
Oh yes, sir. Bro, the floor is yours. Go ahead, bro.
Well,
Bro, don't
if you're a
jump
Christian or
in.
black Israelite, what about John Hyrcanus? John Hyrcanus, the Maccabees subdued the Edomites and forced them to convert. So to say this is just an Islamic experience when John Hyrcanus and the Maccabees subdued the Edomites and forced them to convert to Judaism. So that makes no sense since you're a Christian or Hebrew Israelite listening. But I go for it. Oh, brother, the brother said that Muhammad Sallallahu was illiterate, which is bogus. I wrote a book called 10 Reasons Jesus is Not God, an introduction to
I
Islam
don't
where I
care about
debunked
your
that.
book.
Hold on, bro. This is what people listen if they want to study.
They don't
So,
want to study your crap.
okay, let me finish,
Let him go,
Emmanuel.
Sabio.
So
Let him go, my brother. My brother. Give him a
that's
chance.
an ad hominem. That's an ad hominem. But anyway,
You're
the word for Umi in Arabic word for illiterate is Umi. But that's modern Arabic. In classical Arabic, not to bore you to death, but I took Arabic course. So Umi can mean illiterate, yes. But in classical Arabic, it actually means to be a Gentile. So when it calls Muhammad illiterate in the Quran, it's a mistranslation from the Arabic. It should say he's a Gentile, not illiterate. But I don't mean to bore you to death. But anyway.
Yeah. He did. Yeah, he did call Africans retarded. Yes, Paradigm Shift. He did say the Africans were retarded for not having the technology to fight off the Muslim invaders. This is what this man sat up here and said. So, nah, I'm not going to take it easy.
Okay, hold up. Just on one issue, y'all, because y'all are addressing multiple points, but y'all, based off this one issue, Rabbi Lewis said that according to the understanding of the Quran and the language that it's in, since you said that Muhammad was illiterate, he's saying according to the understanding of the Quran and the language that it's in, he's not illiterate. How do you respond to that, Sabio?
First off, everything that I've learned about Muhammad was he was illiterate. It came to him through some shit and he couldn't even read any. He couldn't even understand any of what he was reading. I may have this. I may have it a little bit off. I may not be 100% accurate because I don't study the shit like that. I'm not a nut for Muhammad. But the one thing I will say is it's disgusting for you to sit up here and say that Africans were retarded because they couldn't fight off the Muslim invaders. Okay, if that's the case, then every other race that has ever been conquered is retarded. Nah, it ain't that big retarded. Because the country had too much technology. So all the countries that the Christians invaded and took over, it was because the countries that had the weapons, they were retarded. But they had weapons.
Keep my people out of this, y'all. Go ahead.
I'm just saying.
playing around.
I'm just reversing his logic against it because what he's saying is he's showing his disdain for Africa when he say that. So I'm gonna show my disdain for Islam since you want to call Africans retarded. Okay. Islam ain't shit, but some bunch of retards.
Okay, but I want to be
that's some Asians that came out of the steppes from Central Asia. The Oghuz Turks that came out of the steppes from Central Asia. Around 900, around the 9th century. Started with the Osman or Osmanaglu, which was corrupted by the Europeans to Ottoman. Chump.
Okay, I want to give my brother Rabbi Lewis a chance to respond. After Rabbi Lewis responds, we do have a guest in the building, Brother Ronald Lizard. I'm gonna let him ask a question after Rabbi Lewis respond. But I want to be fair to my brother Rabbi Lewis. When he brought up, people being retarded and weaponry and all that stuff, in fairness, he brought it up because nobody had an issue for 3,000 years when Africa was on top. And Africa was not on top just due to honey and sugar and sweetness and all that. They conquered some people. They also conquered some lands as well. and they would have also said that God was on their side when they
Africa
did what
wasn't
they.
outside of
Hold up,
Africa conquering people.
hello, bro. Let me set up my brother. So he's coming from a position of now when the Muslims come into come into this thing, and now that they conquer, and now that they take over, now all of a sudden it's a problem. And that's why he brought up the word retarded, and that's why he brought up other words. He is not saying that African people are retarded.
Yes, he is.
What, bro? I do this every day. Calm down.
I
He
do it
is
too.
not. He is not saying. Neither did he say that African people are retarded. He said based off of this position, you would have to say that African people are retarded. That is what he's saying, and I'm being fair, bro. So let's do that. So, brother Rabbi Lewis, based off of where we're at now, based off of what you have just heard my brother Sabio Robinson say, based off of what you heard me say, and where we're at now, I want to give you a chance to respond to everything you've heard, and then we're going to bring in my brother Ronald Lizard and let him ask a question to either of you guys or either the person that he has a question for. Go ahead, Rabbi Lewis. The floor is yours.
Inshallah, mashallah. Yes, even in Kemet, you know, the Egyptians were black, allegedly, right? And they had war with the Cushites in the south. They were known as Wretched Cush. Yeah, so even the Egyptians called Cush wretched. And the 25th or 26th dynasty was a Nubian dynasty that came into Egypt and conquered Egypt. So the Egyptians and the Nubians were at war, and it was the 25th or 26th dynasty. The Nubians came in and conquered Egypt. So that's black on black violence right there. But I hear. So
okay, black on black violence. That's black on black. That's international violence. That's in between nations. That's in between nations. That isn't an outside entity. Are you not paying attention to what you're saying? Are you that dense? Or are you just stunting? Which one is it? Which one is it? Because you just said that Cush and Kemet and Egypt went to war. No one's going to deny that. That is intertribal, international violence. Violence between two nations on the same continent. This isn't some Arab nation coming from the Middle East into Africa.
Okay. Hold it right there, Sabio. It was Rabbi Lewis' turn. Rabbi Lewis, I'm gonna give you a chance to respond to what Sabio said. Sabio, if you could wait just a second and let him give his full response, I want to let Ronald get in here. Come on, Rabbi Lewis, give a response to what you just heard.
He said he was done. He said he yielded. That's why I went.
Okay, my bad. Okay, well, let's start from here. Brother Ronald, take yourself off mute, man. If you have a question for both other brothers, ask the one you want first. If you only have a question for one brother, ask it to him. Or if you want to make a statement, do that at this time, my brother.
Okay. I mean, if they was like in the throes of a good back and forth, I don't want to ruin that chemistry.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good.
All right, cool. So I spoke with Rabbi Lewis a little bit before. I actually was interested in having a dialogue with him myself, but I'm curious. I asked him this question before, and I think I'm gonna phrase it different to get a better answer because I didn't really get an answer. So I'm curious, Rabbi Lewis, about how you view Islam and Islam's origins. So how do you feel about the statement that Islam is the birth child or the stepchild of Judaism?
Go ahead, Rabbi.
Yeah, two things to that. Can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
Yes. We can hear you. Go ahead, bro.
Hold on, let me write this down. First thing in the Quran, it tells you that every Jew the trees will cry out if a Jew's behind it. It also goes on to listen to Hadith, or it's in the Quran, excuse me. That in Judgment Day, the Jews will be judged. That if a Jew will be behind a tree, the tree would say, "Look, there's a Jew behind me," or if it was behind a rock, the rock would cry out and say, "Look, look, look, there's a Jew behind me." And this is not talking about the children of Israel, the 12 tribes. This is speaking about a religious faction. Second off, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam his real name was Lothar Schmalfus, and he was a cardinal in the Catholic Church. So the cardinal is like a position beneath the Pope. Not to bore you to death with history, because people get bored easy. But 1 second. Muhammad was a cardinal in the Catholic Church. A cardinal was like a position beneath the Pope. So they voted for him to become Pope with the Catholic Church, and he lost and he broke off and started Islam. So like I said, so the Quran says, if there's a Jew behind me, the tree would say, "Look, this is why I would come from Judaism when Jews are condemned in the Quran." Hopefully, that answers that.
Okay. Now, of course, I'm not here to speak for Brother Ronald, but I feel like you evaded the question. Brother Ronald, did you feel like your question was answered? Go ahead, my brother.
Nah, he did the
He
same.
avoided. He did the same thing to me.
I got it. Sabio, I got this. Go ahead, Brother Ronald.
He did the same thing he did last time. When I asked him that, but I want to ask him. I don't want to just attack him if I have the opportunity. I want to ask him one more thing. I want to get back to the topic of the impact of it. I have nothing against any religion. You feel me? But we're talking about the realistic impact of it on the continent. So I wanted just to discuss that in a particular country, if I can.
Go ahead.
So I like to point to what's going on in the Sudan, or what has happened in the Sudan a lot, as like a microcosmic example of the influence of Islam in Africa. If you know me, you will always hear me talk about Sudan when we talk about its impacts. You can even go to Ethiopia, where there was always inner conflict between, and I'm not saying the Christians were like native, but what I'm saying is that there was always conflict between invading Islamic factions in Ethiopia. But back to the Sudan. Let me see. Let me share my screen real quick.
All right. Before you do that, since this is Sabio's show, Sabio, do you have a problem with Ronald taking the time that he's taking out right now to do what he's doing?
Nah, he good, because I was going to go into the Sudan next, out on the Ottoman slavery. It's all in that. Ottoman slavery on there. So
okay, I just got to make sure that you're cool with it. I got to make sure you're cool with it, because this was your idea for a show. Okay, he's cool with it, Ronald. I'm gonna stop my screen sharing, and you can share your screen, my brother. Go ahead, bro.
All right, we good. I just want to show y'all something. Just a quick summary of it. Let me go to it. Can y'all see it?
Yes,
right
sir.
here? So last time I spoke with him, I was talking about the Sudan too, so that's why I go straight to it. Before I get to reading it, the last time I spoke with him, he talked about Islam coming into the different places in Africa peacefully. And I was talking about Sudan again. So I just want to read a couple sentences of it. That's all. I'm not even going to comment of it. And then I'll step back, he can rebuttal, and I'll fall back. So
okay. I don't know how much of it you're going to read. I don't know if you're going to start from the paragraph, that has the most, but I want to let people know this is from Michigan State University. This is FS, and I'm probably finna butcher that name, but Bisquick, you know what I'm saying? So this is your source. We not only want to show y'all sources, we want to show y'all how people use sources and what an actual source is. Now, a source could be wrong, a source could also be right. But when a person presents a source, a person is showing you that they're not coming up with something from their own mind or pulling something from thin air. They're giving you what a person who would know more than them on a subject has presented. Go ahead, Brother Ronald.
All right, I'm gonna just read the first paragraph. It's like 3 sentences, but on the bottom you can see the actual journal that it came from, and you can see the volume, and you can see the page, you can see the year it was printed, 1994, pages 19 to 47. So for almost 40 years, a bloody civil war has raged within Sudan. Since 1983, the primary reason for the bloodshed between the Islamic and North and the non-Islamic South has been the controversial issue of Islam. The Dinka have formed the bulk of the southern resistance to the northern Islam hegemony, and this part will concern the centuries-old resistance to Islam by the Dinka people. You guys can go ahead and read more, but I just wanted to read the intro pack. I don't want to take up too much more time to just to go more into what I was telling him at the beginning, about the way that the northern Sudanese and that population is very, very mixed with people from Western Asia or Arabia. How they came in and how they treated the Southern Sudanese. They just came in violently, burning villages, raping women, and all type of crazy stuff to those folks down there. And a lot of it was cultural practices, a conflict in the culture, specifically talking about the culture that comes with Islam and the culture that comes with being a Dinka and expressing your native religion, so to speak. And I'll stop sharing.
All right. Do you have a question after reading all of that? Do you have a question to present to Brother Rabbi Lewis? Off of what you just read?
Not a. That was getting back to something we had. That was a personal conversation we had earlier, and I wanted to just bring that out to clarify what I was going. Yeah, to clarify what I was going. It was on this. It was on this channel though. It was on this channel as well. So if you watched it, I just wanted to clarify my point because he did the same thing he did when I asked him about it when I read the first question. And that's all I got. I'll fall back. I don't want to take up too much more time unless they want me.
Okay, well, if you want to stay in the back chat and stay on here and wait, you're more than welcome, man. We would definitely get back to you. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. I just want to let it be known that we see Brother Rabbi Lewis is not running from any questions. He's still here. We know that pretty much he is on trial tonight. That's not the title of this show, but as you can see, the call out was for him and his belief system, and he hasn't ran from now questions so far. Before you come in, Brother Sabio, I want to give Brother Rabbi Lewis a chance and enough time to address what he just seen and heard from Brother Ronald. Brother Rabbi Lewis, he said that he showed what he just showed based off of a conversation that y'all had previously, and he just wanted to make his point, and he felt that his point has been made based off his source, and this is your opportunity to address it. Take as much time as you need, my brother.
Yeah, this is a ridiculous strawman argument. You ever watch a mafia mob movie, right? You'll see, like, they're not going to kill you. They just going to tax you, bro. Like,
One second. Shout out to Black Lion Supreme. Black Lion Supreme is in the building. After Brother Rabbi Lewis go and Sabio give his response to Rabbi Lewis, we're going to let my brother Black Lion Supreme come in and give his spiel. My bad, brother. Black Lion Supreme come in. My bad, Rabbi Lewis, for cutting you off, my brother. Continue what you were saying, bro.
Yeah, inshallah. Cool, brother. So, all good in the hood. So you ever watch the mafia movie, they're not going to kill you. They're going to extort you. There's no reason to wipe you out, but they can extort you. They can take you owe tax. So, like you may have a mom and pop store. The Italian mob will come to your mom and pop store and take every week X amount of money out of whatever income you made in their neighborhood. So why do I say that? The Muslims had no reason to come into crusade Islam and kill a bunch of people when they just opposed the jizya tax. Yeah, there's something called the jizya tax. It's an Islamic concept where you would take a vassal kingdom and hold on a second. Like you just impose the jizya tax. You're not going to wipe people out. What the Muslims would do when they would conquer lands, they would just set up empires in certain lands and impose the jizya tax on the people that were there. And they would just impose a jizya tax. Okay. So
So,
that's kind of ridiculous. They were just opposed to jizya tax,
so,
opposed to trying to wipe you out.
so you're just gonna ignore the whole situation that was going on in Sudan and still going on today.
Yeah, I was addressing that
Civil
next. Excuse me.
War,
Okay,
all
thank you
the
for saying that.
all the people that died in the Civil War, right? So there's a civil war going on between two ethnic groups, but that civil war was spurned on because of the northern versus southern Sudanese thing. We know that was specifically cultural, religio based. So you're going to ignore that whole thing. And
Hold on, he said, hold on, he's not to cut you off, Randall. He said he wasn't finished, so he said he was going to address that in his continuous explanation. So if
Yes.
you can, let him just finish. Go ahead, Rabbi Lewis.
It's like I said, that like that Muslims had no reason to come in your land and wipe you out. They would do it. They would set up vassal kingdoms and impose the jizya tax, which is an Islamic tax. So like they would take X amount of your income every week and do whatever the hell they wanted with it. So they had no reason to wipe you out. They just imposed the jizya tax. So that's ridiculous.
Let me say something on the jizya tax because I don't think
Sure.
you don't. I think
Hold
you
on,
don't think
Sabio.
people.
Sabio,
Hold on.
Now let him go.
No,
Nobody,
hold
let
Let
him
me.
go.
Come on, nobody stop.
Okay,
Because
no,
he's
okay,
acting.
go ahead, Sabio, go ahead.
And I'm gonna be brief because
Go
I
ahead, go
think
ahead.
I think he's sitting here trying to play with people's intelligence. Like we're not aware of what the jizya tax is. The jizya tax was only imposed on Christians and Muslims, Christians and Jews, people of the book. I'm well aware of this. I just let you know, sir. I'm studying the Ottoman Empire. I'm very aware of the JIZYACIZYE tax that you're mentioning. All right, I'm very well of it. And they called them Jimmy, DHIMMI, or Zimmy, ZIMMI, whichever way you want to spell it. All right, sir. So please don't talk about the jizya tax. Talk about what the man was asking about, the atrocities in Sudan. You didn't mention anything that I talked about when I brought up the Ottoman slave trade. You didn't mention it. Acted like all you said was that they were retarded. You didn't say anything about them using Islam to conquer the people. None of that. You just said they were retarded and that Islam was divine. Can you please address what we're talking about? You've been running.
I got
nobody.
you, Hold on, Rabbi.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody.
Hold on, Rabbi. Wait. I do want to say this. As y'all can see, me and Sabio don't get along pretty much at all. But again, for like the fourth, fifth time tonight, I gotta agree with what he's saying, bro. And this is no attack on you, my brother. As y'all see, I'm being neutral. I'm being unbiased. Questions have been asked from both of these brothers, and you have gave answers. But some, I'm not saying all of them, Rabbi. I'm just saying some of them, honestly, bro, they didn't address some of the questions at hand, bro.
Bro, I
And this
wasn't
is,
finished, bro.
huh? Say it
I
again.
wasn't finished. I got cut off.
Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna give you that. I mean, I will give you that because you have been cut out several times tonight, and you have made it clear that sometimes you didn't finish the answer. So coming from that perspective, now I know you can address every single thing that's been said since we started the show, but based off of what's at hand, based off of what Ronald just pulled up, which is what Sabio is elaborating on, I I have to agree with Sabio, I gotta agree with Ronald, and I have to agree with the chat. You kind of haven't answered some of the questions, bro. But this is your opportunity because you said you haven't finished. And Sabio, please give him a chance. Ronald, give him a chance, and we're gonna hear my brother out. Go ahead, bro.
Right. I wrote a book
No
called
interruption.
African
No interruptions, y'all. Go ahead.
I wrote a book called African Origin of Holy Prophets. Why I dismissed this. We did this last time with Brother Ronald. I already addressed this last time. You got a scholar named Joseph B. Harris, quote from my own book. He wrote a book called Africans in the History by Joseph B. Harris. He said it is noteworthy that except for the northern coast, Islam spread rather peaceably into the 18th century. Let's read that again. Joseph B. Harris was a scholar, said in his book, Africans in Their History, and I quote, it is noteworthy that except for the northern coast, Islam spread rather peaceably into the 18th century. So Islam spread to Africa was peaceful. Let's give you more. Jay Spencer.
Hold on, wait, 1 second. Hold up. for one question, what he just addressed is one question was asked of Rabbi Lewis, how can he say that Islam was spread peacefully? He just read a source, and y'all remember what I said previously. A source, reading a source don't mean you're wrong, don't mean you're right, but he's presenting a source from a field of expertise that would know more than him. So he just presented a source that backs up his claim. We're not saying if it's wrong or right, but he has a source as to why he believes what he's saying pertaining to this question as to why he say that Islam was spread peacefully. That's one question answered. I just want to put that on the record. That's one question answer. Go ahead, Rabbi Lewis, into the next one.
Last point from my book, J. Spencer Trimmingham's work, The History of Islam in West Africa. Again, J. Spencer Trimingham wrote an excellent book called The History of Islam in West Africa. He agrees with Joseph E. Harris's work. However, we know that the Almoravids were a Black African movement. So the name of the Muslims that invaded Sudan were called the Almoravids, and they were Black themselves. So the Blacks who came into Sudan were Black themselves. This is Black on Black violence. Let's keep going. It says in the Moravids, also known as the Moabite Buffoon, the Moravids were Black. They came into Sudan and conquered Sudan. They were Black themselves. It says in J. Spencer Trimingham's work, History of Islam in West Africa, he goes, and I quote, the role of the Moravid in the Islamization of Sudan has been exaggerated. So in J. Spencer's work, History of Islam in West Africa, he says that the role of the Moravids in the Islamization of Sudan has been widely exaggerated. He wrote a book on History of Islam in West Africa, so he said it was exaggerated. And furthermore, the Moravids, the Muslims who came in and conquered Sudan, as the brother Rhino was saying, they were Black themselves. Checkmate, Ayub.
Okay, hold up. Okay, so hold up. He just answered another question and a statement. A statement was made that he was a sellout for believing in Islam and that notion. He just read his sources that says that these were Black on Black crimes. So you can't call him a sellout for believing in a belief system that comes from Black people anyway, because we see Black on Black crime now, and nobody's a sellout, and you would even see it back then. So you can't accuse him of being that when it's not like a white versus Black or a Mexican or whatever other culture. If you want to accuse him of something, you would have to accuse him of him being Black, but on the side of the group that has God on their side. So he just knocked down two of them. Go ahead, Sabio.
First off, let me reply. Then I'll let you go, Rocky. You know what? You go first. I gotta go get me something to drink. You go.
Okay, go ahead, Ronald.
So, my thing is I want to see those sources, to see those authors and to see actually if they said it and to have a glance at it myself. I need to see that because that is ridiculous what you said. It was literally the situation in the Sudan was literally so bad that the United States had to step in. They even went to Addis Ababa to sign peace treaties. So that's ridiculous. But anyway, if we're gonna stick with the Black on Black thing, because so Islam came in, a certain part of a different ethnic group of the country, basically Dinkas and I think you call them. It's spelled Nuer. Those are the two ethnic groups in the South. There's a different ethnic group in the North. They came in. All of those people in the North converted to Islam. When you talk about culture, religions bring culture with them. It's not only a belief system. So you can say it was Black on Black violence, but the whole subject matter at hand is the Islam in of itself, not the skin color in which it was brought. We're talking about the impact that religion or culture had on the continent, and it can't be denied. That's what we're discussing.
Okay, that's a nice point that he made. Before we switch to something else real quick, I want to make sure that I let my bro, man, Black Lion Supreme, really,
he can go before me.
He need no introduction to the platform. And Sabio, we're gonna come right. And Sabio, stay ready because we're coming to you right Whatever Black Lion Supreme say, I'm gonna give Rabbi Lewis time to address it, and then Sabio, you right after that. But let's not mistake this, y'all. This is a show between Sabio Robinson and Rabbi Lewis. Sabio Robinson has yielded some parts of his time to let people who came from the chat to the platform to ask questions to either participant that's on the show tonight. So anybody else who's in the chat that want to jump on the panel, jump on the panel, and we will allow y'all to ask y'all questions. If you don't want to come on the panel, put questions in capital letters in the chat and ask your question to either participant. So far, nobody has asked Sabio one question. Rabbi Lewis is taking all the heat, and I'm not gonna lie, hey, he's taking it all of it with his chin up, and he ain't running from no question. But right now, Black Lion Supreme, take yourself off mute, my brother, and go and ask any question or make any statement that you want to make to either participant, my brother. The floor is yours, bro.
Hotep to the chat, hotep to the moderator. Nobody, I appreciate you, fam. You're doing an excellent job. Sabio, you banging, bro. You're doing a great job. What's up, Rocky? I came up here to direct my question towards Rabbi Lewis. Rabbi Lewis, I admire your courage for coming up here and saying what you're saying. But I have so many questions, but I'm not going to take up the time to ask them. I'm going to let you and Sabio go at it. I think it would be unfair for me to intervene too much. So I'm only going to ask a couple of questions, if you don't mind. My first question is, you said that the Africans failed because, I'm not going to use the word you use. Let's just say they lack the technology. So, and you use a very derogatory word. And I want to know if you're going to apply that same word to when Kamos took out the Asiatics, when he bragged about beating them down and chopping their heads off. Was it because they didn't have the sense, as you said, the Africans didn't have, as to why those Arabs were defeated?
Go ahead, Rabbi.
Okay. It's not, brother. Two things to that. Manito, Manito, right?
Sir.
Manito and Josephus' writings contradict what happened with the Hyksos, so we don't really know. Josephus says one thing, Manito says some other stuff. We don't even know if Manito existed, because this all comes from Manito's work. It's questionable if Manito even existed. Second thing, if you know anything about Akmos, he actually bribed the Hyksos to get them to leave. He bribed them because he couldn't get them out of there. He bribed them. But again, that's a whole other topic. If you go to Jasher chapter 81, it tells you that the Israelites were only in Egypt for 210 years, not 430 years. So there's a lot of issues with the stories. Hello? Look at the book.
Yes, sir. I was talking about Kamos, not Amos. And the letters
and Kamos were brothers. Kamos. They were brothers. They were brothers.
Yeah, they were brothers, but they both took on two different campaigns against the Asiatics.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about
the
Hyksos are not mentioned in the letters of Kamos, my brother. They're not mentioned. It just says Asiatics.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Were the Israelites
Hyksos?
Hold on.
Yeah, they're not talking about the Hyksos in this particular campaign. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about when Kamos took over for his father, and they took on his coast when they said Kamos he perished. But I'm not talking about that campaign. I'm talking about the campaign before that. In the letters of Kamos, you might not be familiar with it. You would have to read the letters of Kamos to understand.
I'm very familiar. My question was, were the Israelites the Hyksos?
No, they were not the Hyksos.
Okay, when did the Israelites leave Egypt?
Say that again. You're breaking up a little bit.
What year did the Israelites leave Egypt? Because they weren't the Hyksos, correct?
No, they're not the Hyksos. You're talking about according to the narrative. This is not according to history.
He said,
according to the biblical narrative.
Hold up. BLS. He's asking, according to what you asked him, he said, what year was it?
Let me see. I think the East Coast invasion was sometime in the 15th or 16th century. So we're talking about a little bit before, in that century, but before the East Coast invasion.
Do you agree with that, Rabbi
Before
Lewis?
the East Coast invasion.
No, the Hyksos left in 1555 to 1550. So my
Do y'all
question was,
agree?
when did the Israelites leave?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So now you're talking about an Exodus, which is not historical. That's why I didn't bring it up. I'm only talking about history. I'm not talking about fables.
Hold on. Did the Israelites exist?
Yes, they did.
What year did they leave Egypt?
There's nothing in the historical record that ever said they were in Egypt. That's a biblical story. That is not a historical story.
Okay, so who are the Habaru? We have records of. Remember the Hebrews
Habaru were vagabonds, robbers, and thieves, as same as the Shashu.
Right, but the Shashu were black though. The Shashu were black. We have pictures of the Shashu.
No, there's nothing in the historical record that says the Shashu were
black.
We
have pictures of the Shashu. They're black with locks.
Get that pseudo ass picture out.
Now hold up. Now wait. If I can jump in, I don't want to jump in.
I seen that pseudo
Everybody
picture, yo. I seen that pseudo picture. That's a pseudo picture.
Hold up, wait. Hold up, everybody. I don't want to mute nobody, so everybody, hold up. We've been doing good all night. I've heard people call Sabio off the chain. I've heard people call Rabbi Lewis off the chain. I ain't really heard too much bad stuff about Black Lion Supreme and Ronald Lizard. I don't know you like that, but you've been good tonight. This show has been structured, man. Ain't nobody been put on mute. Everybody been giving everybody time to talk. So any kind of down talk that y'all been having about the two participants that's been on this platform, these brothers have been nothing but professional tonight. And I want to point that out, man. And I want to give a shout out to each of the guests that jumped on the show to ask y'all questions. And I'm finna let y'all get back to it. Hold on, wait. I'm finna let y'all get
Let me just ask my last question, and I'm done.
Hold on. I'm finna let you ask that. I'm finna let you ask that, Black Lion Supreme.
Yes, sir.
Because this is directed towards you. I'm rocking with you the whole time since you jumped on. And everything you said, I agree with until you got to the point to where you said the Israelites was never in Egypt, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
I knew that would wake you up.
I ain't sleep. Notice, I ain't sleep. I'm picking up everything. Come on.
Well, I wanted to give you a little more juice, bro. Just yeah.
Okay, but go ahead. Ask your last question, bro. And then we're going to give Rabbi Lewis time to reply, and then we're going to let Sabio come in and do his thing.
Hotep, thank you. My last question is this. Now, you said that you guys won the war between the Africans because of divine intervention. In other words, you had a God behind your side. That's what happened. That's what gave you the victory, along with superior technology. Now, my question to you is, when in 9/11, when those planes went into the Twin Towers and killed non-combatants, was that divine intervention? Was that done by your God too? Was that also done by your God? Was that approved by your God too?
Okay, Rabbi Lewis, he's asking you, because based off the conspiracy theories, those I'm not saying he's saying this. I'm rephrasing this in my words now. I'm stepping in on this. Those people who crashed them planes into the buildings, some people said that they did that, and based off of the what we believe, some people believe about the Quran, that man, they thought they was gonna get 42 virgins. They thought they was gonna be in heaven with Allah. And since you on here saying that if you conquer somebody based off of technology, or you saying the people who believe what I just said about the Quran and that aspect, and they did what they did on 9/11, was God actually on their side, bro? And that's why they succeeded in doing what they doing? Come on, bro. You got to answer these questions, bro. Take yourself off mute, bro.
Yeah, sure. No, that's bogus. Actually, Larry Silverstein, the Port Authority rented out leased the Twin Towers to Larry Silverstein. Let me get some
Who is
perspective,
that?
right?
Who is that? Who is
Larry
that?
Silverstein is the owner of the Twin Towers when they got knocked down. His name is Larry
Okay,
Silverstein.
go ahead.
So here's why they knocked it down, according to most scholars. Each Twin Tower was insured, like insurance, for $3.55 billion. So here's the issue. If the tower gets knocked down, Larry Silverstein gets paid $3.55 billion. So after the Twin Towers got destroyed, the Port Authority had to pay Larry Silverstein $7 billion in insurance money. So also the Twin Towers had a lot of asbestos in it. So they had to figure out a cheap way to not get rid of it. So like I said, Larry Silverstein, the
Okay,
Port Authority rented the Twin Towers
one
from
second,
Larry
Rabbi.
Silverstein.
Okay, I get that. I get that part. This is what we need you to address. Since you said that the Muslims conquering people is based off of divinity, it's based off of God being on their side. Those Muslims that crashed those planes into the towers on 9/11, since they succeeded in what they did, was divine power on their side? That's what they asking you, bro. Go ahead.
Let's address that. The Muslims did not destroy it. They destroyed it for the insurance money. Larry Silverstein, each tower was insured for $3.55 billion. So what I'm
that
saying
had
is,
nothing to do with Allah.
correct. Yes, I'm saying if something happens to the Twin Towers, the Port Authority had to pay Larry Silverstein $7 billion if something happened to us. So he actually, after they knocked the tower, he actually made $7 billion from that deal, from Twin Towers
Let me
going
break
down.
it down. Wait. Let me break it down.
Someone else committed suicide so someone else could get paid. Is that what you're saying?
3,000 people died. Can you show us the source
No, the
Come on,
ants
y'all.
actually flew the plane.
Everybody go on
They
mute.
flew themselves so
Everybody go on
UAPs
mute.
could get money.
Everybody go on mute.
Oh shit,
Everybody
my
go.
stomach hurt. My stomach hurt.
Sabio, chill out. Everybody go on mute. Let Rabbi, let him answer, bro. Go ahead, Rabbi Lewis. Let him answer, y'all.
Yeah, I already said it 3 times. I'm not gonna say it again. Each tower was insured for $3.55 billion. So if something happens to the Twin Towers, they had to pay Larry Silverstein $7 billion if anything happens to the tower. So that's why they knocked it down for the insurance money.
So what you're saying overall is that if a Muslim succeed in warfare, you're contradicting yourself on saying that it was because of a divine power. Would that be wrong or right?
There's all kind of documentaries like Loose Change.
That was a yes or no question, my brother.
Repeat your question. I'm confused. I'm sorry.
Okay. The base is built on what you said. Your base responding to Sabio was that the Muslims were able to do what they did to Africans because they had divine power on their side. God, Allah. Correct? Yes or no? Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So since the Muslims succeeded in their warfare against the Africans, and you say that they succeeded because of divine power, Black Line Supreme was asking you, since they also succeeded in 9/11, which was warfare, why are you not now saying that that was because of divine power too? Did you get what's being said?
Yeah, I mean, you're begging the question. That's assuming that Muslims actually did it.
But that's what they're asking. Okay. Now, I'm gonna give your answer to their question. Now, you've shown me that you understand the question, okay? But this was your answer. Your answer was because this person was gonna get this much amount of money, that's why they did it. That's not answering the question. The question is, was it divine power that also made them succeed in that warfare?
You're begging the question. You're assuming that what the U.S. government is telling you about Muslims doing this is actually accurate.
No. Begging the question.
Oh shit!
Begging the question would be me putting some words in your mouth that you didn't say to get a overall statement that you're not trying to say. I'm not doing that at all. I'm presenting the exact question that each person is presenting to you, and they only presented the question they presented based off the base statement that you made. Your base statement was that God is the reason why Muslims conquered in warfare. So they're saying, okay, Muslims also succeeded in the warfare of knocking down the Twin Towers, taking all of these lives. How can you contradict yourself in the aspect of war and not say that God was on their side in 9/11, but then say that God was on their side throughout history when they conquered all these other people?
Well, as a lot of black mothers said their children back when we were kids, I brought you into this world, I took you out of this world. Morocco, that was the Muslims who acknowledged the United States as a sovereignty. The first country to acknowledge the United States as a superpower or sovereignty were the Muslims in Morocco. The Sultans of Morocco, they were Muslims, were the first people to acknowledge the Americans, the United States as a sovereignty, and did business with them. So I can bring this world, I'll take you out of this world. That'd be my response to that.
All right.
Go ahead, Sabio. Go ahead,
All
Sabio.
right.
Wow,
All right.
wow, wow.
All right.
Go ahead, fam.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yo, what up, Black Line? How you doing, big dog?
Hey, what's going on, fam? What's happening? Go ahead,
As we see, when he is presented with anything that has to do with the atrocities committed by this religion that he lives by, he does not want to address anything. He will dance around it. He was asked, and I'm going to address American Dumbass's comment because he said that was not warfare. No, it wasn't. But it was an act of war.
It was an act of war. It was an act of war.
Crashing into the Twin Towers on 9/11 was an act of war. You deal wide.
Oh, Sabio, can I ask you one question, bro?
Yes.
Do you now change your mind about your brother, bro? Can you admit right here
A
tonight?
little bit. You have been
Okay.
a little bit better, but sometimes you
can
throw your biases in there. And,
okay,
I just want you to understand how to.
Did I misrepresent you anytime tonight, my brother?
Nah, you haven't. And I appreciate that.
Appreciate that, brother Rabbi Lewis. Did I misrepresent you anytime tonight, my brother?
No, not at all, brother.
Okay, I appreciate that. We're gonna keep it flowing. Sabio, it's on you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So when he was asked about the 9/11 attack, he said it was about some guy who owned the Twin Towers getting paid. Now, I actually, after 9/11, did some studying on it. And I read a book, and I tell people to read it. Dope Incorporated, the book that drove Henry Kissinger crazy. Now, in that book, you will find some connections with George Bush, the president of the United States, George Bush. The senior and the junior, but you'll see the junior shaking hands with who? The leader of the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden. You will see this. And do you want to know what they were? Why they became close? Because at one time, America supplied the Taliban when they were a small group of Mujahideen soldiers to keep Russia from getting into Afghanistan to get control of the poppy, the opium poppy. So if y'all want to know why there's an influx of opium and why there's been an influx of opium.
Okay, one second, man. We got the founder. The founder is in the building, man. We got brother Piyanki Patai Muntun there from Ra in the building. I was trying to hold it off, but I gotta let it be acknowledged, man. What's up, big bro?
Hotel, brother. Hotel.
What up with it, Piyanki? I was almost finished.
Hotel. Sabio, go ahead and finish because I got a question for both of y'all.
Yeah. So to wrap it up, so see, this is what he did. He shifted the blame and the conversation to other things the whole time, which was a smooth tactic. I started off showing him the atrocities of Islam. He didn't address it ever, and he continued not to address it. And I just wanted to let y'all know what he was doing in that last section. All right, I'm out.
Go ahead, big bro.
All right. First of all, I want to say appreciation and gratitude to the moderator and to both participants, particularly Sabio, for taking this conversation at the last minute. I know there was some chatter in the chat about this and that regarding my little bro. And all I got to say is not many people got the balls to take a conversation of this important subject matter at the last second, and he did just that. So whoever got a problem with him and how he approaching it, y'all know what I say, kick rocks till your toes bleed. That said, I want to thank Rabbi Lewis for getting in the ring with our brother and going back and forth and basically being put on the hot seat. So I'm about to let it get a little hotter. Rabbi Lewis, you said something earlier that made my eyebrows raise. You said Africans were retarded. So what my question to you is, how does an African, how are Africans retarded when they were in their land, minding their own business, doing their own thing, and these barbaric Arabs came into their continent, kidnapped, enslaved, raped, castrated, and all manner of deplorable things was done to them? How are they the retarded ones and not the goddamn Arabs? And I'm saying that with all due respect to what you believe, but you said Africans was retarded. So if Africans were retarded, what were the Arabs who came into their land like some incestuous, insidious animals and took from those people? What were they if the Africans were retarded?
Okay, can I respond to that?
Of course, bro.
I hope you do.
This is like when back in 2011, 2012, when Haiti got hit with the big earthquake and like 300,000 people died.
No, bro, stop. We're not talking around this shit. I want to know what they were. What do you consider, if you consider Africans retarded, what do you consider them? I don't want to hear nothing else. I just need a statement on what you consider the bastards that came into the continent and did what they did to those people. If those people were retarded, what were they? But yeah, answer the question though. I don't want to hear about Haiti. I don't want to hear about nothing but what you think those people were.
Yeah, this is tantamount to that. There was a Christian.
No. Bro, you gonna answer this.
Let him answer. Go ahead, Rabbi.
No, he gonna answer. He gonna answer my question. I don't want to hear about nothing else.
I'm finna make sure you get your answer, bro.
Who did what they did.
I'm finna make sure you get your answer. Rabbi Lewis, he wants you to address why would you say that about that, knowing
yeah, bro, just give me 20 seconds. It's your show. I don't mean to be rude. Just give me 20 seconds to respond to that, please.
No, it ain't being rude.
Bro. You can have as long as you want.
Take all the time you need, bro. All the time you need. We just want
you
to
address
the question, bro.
When the earthquake happened in Haiti, you had a Christian pastor.
We talking about Haiti, man. I don't want to hear about Haiti. Bro, let me rephrase. Nobody. Let me rephrase my question because I don't want to hear about Haiti.
I heard your question.
I don't want to hear about Brazil. I don't want to hear about Asia. I want him to answer the question. So let me rephrase it. If the Africans who were kidnapped, castrated, raped, and all manner of deplorable things done to them by Arabs were retarded, what were the barbaric animals who came into their continent? What do you consider them if the Africans was retarded? That's all I want to know.
Okay, I got you, P. We got you. Go ahead, Rabbi.
I heard your question. I'm answering that. When Haiti happened in Haiti,
Here we
It was
go
a
again
Christian
with
pastor.
the bullshit.
Hold up,
Listen,
Pianki,
bro, I'm gonna stop
we
you
got
every time you
we
dance
got people
around
in the
my
chat.
question.
Pianki, we got people in the chat asking you to let him answer. So
No,
he
but
might
he's
take.
not answering the way he
I
want
got
to
you. I
answer.
got
He
you. I
gonna
got
answer
you. Pianki,
the
you know I
question.
got you, bro. You know I got you.
Bro, I'm
Rabbi,
gonna answer your questions. Let me get to the point.
No,
I'm
you're
getting to the
not.
point.
No, you're not. You talking about Haiti, bro.
let him get to the
No,
point,
that's
Pianki.
the point. There's a reason why I broke up Haiti. I'm getting to the
Let
point.
him get to the point, Pianki. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. We got it, Pianki.
Thank
Come
you.
on.
Yeah, let me get to the point, bro. Like, oh my God. So there was an earthquake in Haiti back 2011 and 12. Had a Christian pastor that was like, yeah, that happened because the Haitians sold their soul to the devil. And I was thinking, the way say what
Bro,
Bianchi
if you
said,
go here, I'm gonna kick you off this show, man.
Come on, P, bro. Come
I'm
on.
not bullshitting. You better not go with no devil soul they soul shit.
no,
I want to
disagree
know
with
what you
that.
thought
I'm not
about
saying
the
I agree with
Arabs.
that. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm saying I was thinking in my mind when he said that. Well, the French who came in and conquered the Haitians, who the hell were they praying to? You see what I'm saying? So to answer your question, when I said it retarded, I'm saying why are we upset that the Arabs had the technology to take another people's land? Why are we upset about that when
The same
why
thing
would
I said at the beginning, bro. See, hold up. See, this where y'all missing him at, bro. On this point, y'all, and I don't want nobody to get mad at me. This is what Rabbi Lewis is saying, man. People pray to God.
Hold on.
Wait, bro.
Hold on, Sabio. Hold
Listen,
on,
bro,
hold on.
because I want y'all to give all the force of y'all argument, bro. You hear me? I just want y'all to give the force of y'all argument from his perspective, bro. You hear me? That's it. Listen, what he's saying is, when it come to war, bro, every nation, tribe, outlet, they had their guys, bro. And when they conquered, and when they gave they victories to their guys, bro, no matter what it was. When the Muslims came through and they conquered and they gave it to their God, why y'all tripping about that, bro? That's what he asking
exactly what I'm
y'all
saying.
too, though,
To be
bro.
honest, exactly what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying, bro. Real talk. Real talk.
No, that ain't what he said.
That's what. No, listen,
Yo,
hold on,
listen,
wait,
stop. No, you pause.
No, you pause, bro. You pause before I mute you, bro.
Hold on, Sabio. Hold on.
You pause before I mute you,
Go
bro.
ahead.
You can't
Sabio
tell me
cool.
that's not.
Go ahead.
I know. No, I got you, Pianki. You can't tell me that's not what he's saying. Watch this, Rabbi Lewis. Ain't that what you saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying to Bianchi.
There
What
you
I'm
go.
saying,
So
let me
okay,
finish.
I got you, bro.
Nobody.
Stop right there.
Yes.
So wait, Sabio. This how you got to do, bro. Because I'm not saying I disagree with you, bro. Just update your argument to where it's at right now, bro.
No,
That's it, bro.
my argument is
That's what
updated.
he's saying, bro.
Because this ain't
I
what
have
he
a
said
question
at the
for
beginning.
Bianchi. I have a
That's what
question
he's
for Bianchi.
saying.
So hold on. Because when he said it earlier, I addressed it. I addressed it directly when he said the Africans was retarded. And I
But
said,
I told
okay.
you from that
Hold
position.
on.
Listen to me, though.
No.
Listen to me. I told you he
Stop.
said it from that position, though, bro.
Stop.
Okay, go ahead.
Because the word retarded doesn't change from position to position or conversation to conversation. The word retarded is always the same. You
But
cannot
hold on,
change
okay.
words.
Can we pause?
No.
Let's come to a conclusion. I agree with you. The word retarded don't change. Now watch this. We gotta have the word retarded leading up to what was said before that. He said, Sabio, because you went first. Don't forget that. You went first. He said, based off of your position, that's the first thing he said. He said, if you're gonna take that position, then what you are saying is retarded because my God beat your God. He only came to that conclusion based off, I'm talking about tonight. He only said that based off of what you opened up with. He made that clear, bro. That's how, listen. That's why I was able to rephrase it. Wait, pause. No, you pause. This the reason why I was able to rephrase it for him after all this time. And notice, not one time did he
That's
say I was
exactly
wrong
what you
about
did,
what he said,
nobody.
bro. That's what he said. That's
You
where he came
rephrased it
from, bro.
for him. You used better
rephrased it
language
for
than he did. You can't
I'm not
save him,
saying he right.
nobody.
Listen to me though, bro. I'm not saying he right, bro. Listen to me though, bro. This the difference. I'm not saying what he's saying is right. I'm telling you what his position is, bro. That's
Yeah, but
exactly what he said, bro.
you're not him. You can't speak for him. He used the
He
words
said,
that he used,
watch
and he
this.
needs to be held accountable for it. Go
I
ahead.
agree with you. BLS, I agree with you. I can't speak for him. I agree with you. Watch this.
So why are you
Wait,
speaking for him?
wait. Watch this. Listen to me. Rabbi Lewis, did I say anything that you didn't say?
No, you were spot on.
Okay, so
But you're
I'm
speaking.
saying what he
Listen,
said, bro.
I heard what.
Come on, man. You can't misrepresent me. I'm saying what he said. I'm only breaking it down to a
Real
level
quick,
of
Hey,
nobody.
nobody, can I
think
say
y'all
something real
can
quick? Nobody?
Go ahead,
Nobody.
Pianki.
Hold on, Rabbi Lewis.
Go
Hold
ahead,
on real
Pianki.
quick.
Go ahead, Pianki.
Everybody, hold on. Check this out.
You're not misrepresenting.
So was that your answer to how you feel about what those barbaric Arabs did?
No, if I got to say one more thing, Pianki.
I just wanted to know how you felt about them. If you felt like the Africans was retarded, so do
Okay,
you feel
yeah.
like
So
they
let me say one thing
superior?
to that. Let me say one thing to that. If I could, Pianki.
Go ahead.
Real short. This is just like tantamount to like a storm is coming, and you know, you're ill prepared. You had time to prepare for it. You had time to be prepared for a storm by stocking up on canned goods and water. Then the storm comes, and you're ill prepared, and you're blaming everything on the storm when you had every opportunity to be prepared for the storm, whether or not you knew about it beforehand or not. You always have the opportunity to know if something happens. Like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the basketball player, he didn't have fire insurance. Nobody taught him to get fire insurance when his house burned down. He lost millions of dollars worth of property. So my response to that would be, why are you so upset with if they were so barbaric, how were they able to come into Africa and just take what they want like that if they were barbaric? I don't understand.
The same way the Anglo-Saxons were, the same way the Romans were, the same way the Greeks were, the same way the Persians were.
Do y'all get his argument, bro?
Should we not applaud the Romans and the Saxons for being better at war than everybody?
That's his, bro. Yeah, for real. I mean, watch this, y'all.
No, we don't applaud them.
Hold on, wait, y'all.
Do we applaud them or do we recognize it?
No,
we
wait, y'all. Okay,
recognize
now
it. We don't applaud
We
it.
recognize it. We don't applaud it.
All right, everybody pause though. Everybody pause. Okay.
Sometimes
And that's a good answer. That's a good answer y'all gave. That's a good answer. Okay, y'all finally gave an answer. Okay, that's it. Okay. Rabbi Lewis, okay. They don't applaud what they did, even though they recognize what they did. Okay. Now, at first I was feeling like y'all wasn't addressing his argument, and based off y'all giving that answer, okay, I think I can accept that as a adequate answer for that. So again, for the listening audience, probably some of y'all who just joined into the chat, the main argument really all night has been, how could the Muslims commit the atrocities that they did? And Rabbi Lewis answered with, if we're gonna take that position, then that position has to be taken on the grounds of when anybody has ever conquered anything, and they gave the attributes to their God. What he believed in, when they conquered somebody, they gave that praise to their God for letting them do that. And he just wanted people to address him from that position.
But wait a minute, nobody. I can't sit still and not say nothing. I gotta say something about this.
Wait, bro, let me update it. Hold up. I'm just updating the listening audience real quick, bro.
Let me just get this out real quick. Let me just get this out. So he can equate a natural event.
I ain't saying he's right. No. Listen to me.
I'm not talking about you.
Yeah,
We're not talking about you, nobody. Okay. Not at all. I'm addressing him directly. You're equating a natural event to the willfulness.
Now y'all been caught up. There we go. Hold on, wait real quick, Bill. You cut me off real quick. Let me stop you real quick. Now we catching up. Now we didn't took about 45 minutes, but now we catching up to the argument. Okay, there we go. Go BLS. Go ahead. We catching up now. Go ahead.
You're gonna compare that to for the willfulness of a people coming into a West Africa, taking mainly women and children. They killed every man they could. If they didn't, they enslaved them and made them a eunuch and put them in his army or made them a house slave. They also sold Africans to the Romans. They walked our people from West Africa to the Sahara, through the Sahara Desert.
And you saying God did that?
What kind of storm has ever did that to humankind? No storm.
Okay.
And you putting it on this guy.
And I'm done.
There we go.
And I'm done.
And for you to say, okay, let me rephrase it now, Rabbi. Now, Rabbi, let me catch you up now, bro, because now that they done caught up to your argument, and I'm just gonna be fair, y'all. I don't care who on the panel right now outside of my big bro. I'm just gonna be fair. Y'all done finally caught up to his argument, and BLS caught it. Now, bam. Now that we done updated to what he been saying for like 45 minutes.
I've been on his argument.
Wait, bro. Let me
I've
do
been
what
on his argument.
Hey, let me do what I do. Now, Rabbi Lewis, what they saying is, okay, you doing all this, you know, Muslims did all that. Okay, we acknowledge that. Our people did that. Everybody doing that. So now, what kind of God do you serve for your people to commit all these atrocities and blame it on their God? Wouldn't that make your God a wicked God, bro? Go ahead. I'm already
We
up.
have the Moabites. The Moabites stele. Two things.
Let's go.
Two things. You got the Moabite stele, where the Moabites came into Israel and defeated the Israelites, the northern tribes, after the kingdom got split, and they did it in the name of their God. So they came in and said they defeated the Israelites in the name of their God, Chemos. So you see that in his history all the time. Second thing,
I covered that already. Come on, bro. We didn't already cover that other people do it, and now they catching up. So okay, our people did it, your people did it. Now the question is, since you attributing all the bad, like, bro, raping and murdering and slavering and all that, if your God gave you permission to do all this stuff, what kind of God is that? That's where we at now, bro. That's where we
I
at
just
right
said
now.
that. When the Moabites conquered the Israelites, they did it in the name of their God, Chemos. It said Chemos defeated Yahweh. In the Moabites it says that Chemos defeated
next
Yahweh.
chapter. Right.
Huh?
Right. Okay, yeah. We get that. I'm saying, so now how are you justifying the morality of your God? That's the question. Not okay. Let's say the other people who did it too, God was wicked too, and they God just wicked too. How do you justify your God now?
Right. So that because the Africans, John Pianki said, because the Africans, West Africans, were ill prepared for an invasion from foreigners, we should be upset with the Arabs when they had every opportunity to be prepared for an invasion from another nation coming to take their stuff. I don't understand that. I yield the floor.
But listen to
Okay.
wait.
Let me ask Rabbi Lewis one more question. Let me ask Rabbi Lewis one more question, and then I'm gonna jump off. I ain't even got a question for Sabio no more because I didn't take up too much time. Check it out. So now you just made that statement, right? So let me ask you this then. So how do you, or are you're a man of African descent? You're a black man?
I'm black and Hispanic, yes.
Okay, so you black and Hispanic. So how do you feel about what the conquistadors did to the Aztecs in Mexico? How did you feel about what Europeans did to our direct African ancestors? How did you feel about what Romans did to all the people around them? How did you feel about what Greece did to all the people around them? How do you feel about oppression, period? Do you feel like those who are oppressed were just ill prepared and thus they got what they deserve? Or do you have any empathy for your ancestors, be it the Spanish ancestors who were oppressed by the conquistadors who they weren't prepared for with their disease and their weaponry? Do you have any sympathy for your African ancestors? With their retarded asses. Do you have any empathy for what they went through, being that they are your ancestors, or were they just ill prepared? With that, family, like I said, I appreciate all y'all coming on. Salute to my bro BLS. Y'all doing a great job. I'm gonna check out. I'll be listening for your answer, Rabbi.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate you, bro.
What an honor, Pianki. It's an honor.
Go ahead, Rabbi.
No, they were not ill prepared. They were cursed. In fact, in Islam, in Shia Islam, it said that if you were a kafir, a disbeliever, you would reincarnate an animal or a Jew. Why? Because the Jews were cursed. So the reason why the conquistadors were able to come into Native America and conquer the Africans and conquer the native tribes and the Mexicans is because they were cursed. They were destined for slavery.
That's ridiculous.
Hold on, let me finish. I'm almost done. So they were destined, our ancestors were destined for slavery. They are pursuant to Deuteronomy chapter 28, 15 through 68, where it gives you the curses for transgressing the Torah. So the reason why we were conquered like that is because, and the reason why it happened to our people, not because we were unprepared, because we were cursed. Can I speak, please?
Go ahead.
That's
Have fun.
so,
Have fun.
I got a problem for the first part, right? I don't know if y'all noticed this. The rabbi, in my opinion, hasn't answered any questions, no matter how good.
No, he hasn't.
The moderator, nobody has tried to rephrase it and try to make it better. I know you're not trying to make it better, but to me, it sounds like you're trying to make it a little better. So,
I mean, I'm trying to break it down, man. I'm as y'all can see, I'm just trying to break it down in a way where the other person to get what the person's saying. As you can see, I'm agreeing with
You're
y'all, bro.
throwing lifesavers
I
at
got you.
nobody. You're throwing lifesavers.
Ain't nobody, but you gotta let me talk my. You know what I mean? I got you. I know,
You're
but I
staying
gotta
with
talk
people.
about it. Yeah, but so
Nobody. That's what you're doing.
my first problem with the rabbi is that at first he talked about and said it was some by divine intervention or divine inspiration, I guess. He can say that when they came, going back to the Islam coming in the Africa thing, that's what he stated first. Before he even called Africans retarded, which I guess you tried to clean up for him. My problem is when I asked him.
Hold up, wait. Man, I gotta pause the show. Man. Everybody can go right back to the beginning, bro. I'm not taking up for nobody. I ain't no Muslim, bro. I'm a Christian. Hold on, wait real quick. Wait. I'm a Christian. Everybody who even speak on any of this stuff got into this stuff because they were Christians first. If you have been a Christian first, we disagree with all y'all, bro. So don't do me like that. I ain't no Muslim. I ain't no whatever else.
I'm not doing type of
wait, bro. So I ain't been nothing but fire, bro. The only thing I've done was broke down the argument of what Sabio was saying, broke down the argument even of what Rabbi Lewis was saying. Both of these brothers have agreed that I did not misrepresent them in their arguments. They may have said it in bigger words. They may have even took longer times to express it. When I said it, I broke it down in a way where the person they was talking to, both of them have admitted that I represented them both correctly. Neither one of them would tell you that I misrepresented either of their arguments. So I didn't save anybody. I wasn't trying to save nobody or none of that. I was just being a fair moderator based off of both persons' positions, bro. Because as a Christian, all y'all was raised Christians in some way, shape, or form. So as a Christian, y'all know, I don't care what you believe about the Bible. As a Christian, y'all know I disagree with all of it. So I'm being fair, bro. So please stop that, bro. But go ahead.
All right, so I'm giving my opinion of the matter. I leave, to be honest. If it's like that, I'm giving my opinion of the matter, and I'm keeping it 100.
No, bro. It's all love, bro. Please give your opinion, bro. Continue.
But I just want to get straight to the rabbi. We throw with everything that was just said away. What I said, forget it. We're gonna get to the rabbi. I'm curious because when I asked him the question, when I brought up the Sudanese stuff, he proceeded to rant about these 3 different sources, which he has yet to present to us or show us even exist that they say what he says they say, and talk about how Islam came in peacefully. But then when question brought the other brothers on the panel about how it came in and how they came in and did crazy atrocities and heinous acts and the way they treated the women and stuff like that, he goes to, and he mentions some divine inspiration type of stuff. I want to know which one is it, because it seems like he wants to make 2 different arguments when replying to the same question.
All right, I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. I responded to that like 10 different ways. I'm not. If you want to hear what I say, go back into the dialogue.
We got what you said. You have answered. You have answered the question the way you want to answer it. So that's fine. Rocky, Sabio, we just gotta accept that's his answer. That we know what that is, but it is what it is.
It's ridiculous.
As ridiculous as it may. I mean, hey, bro. Some people believe that.
But now, nobody, you and him do have something in common. Let's not act like you both are a part of the 3 Abrahamic faiths. Right. You believe in Jehovah. He believes the name of the God is Allah, but it's the same God. Right. So I have a question right here. Was it
Okay,
divine
now hold up, wait
intervention?
real quick. Now I'm not on trial for a second. Hold up. I want to say this. We can let these brothers listen. No, wait, listen to me. We can let these brothers close out right now, and we can start this
Nah,
show
because
if
I
it's
ain't
gonna be an
finished. I'm
attack on
not
me. Cause
finished. I'm
y'all
not
know,
finished.
hold up.
I'm not putting
I'm
you
not
on.
finished. I'm not
I'm
finished.
not putting you on the hot
I'm
seat.
not finished though.
Nobody. I really asking this.
I'm not
This
finished.
I
question
just
is for
want
the
everybody
rabbi.
else to know if it's gonna be a spotlight on me. I don't want nobody to put me and
No. This
Rabbi.
question is not
Wait,
even
bro.
for you.
Hold up. Give me a second, bro.
Go ahead.
I
Go
don't want
ahead.
nobody to put me and Rabbi Lewis in a box because, again, as a Christian, I disagree with his faith. But if the spotlight finna be put on me, we can let these brothers close out and we can start a show right now after this, and we can put the spotlight on me. So that's all I'm saying.
No.
I ain't running from nothing.
If you
Everybody
let
know
me
that
finish
about
my
me.
question, you'll see.
Okay, go
You'll
ahead.
see the spotlight. This question is not on you
I get
at all.
I get the comparisons that you're finna misrepresent. But all I'm saying is, if the
No,
spotlight is
I'm not
finna
going
get
to
put on me,
misrepresent anything.
go ahead.
Do you disagree
I'm
with
not
me
finished.
that he believes the name of your God is Allah and you believe the name of the God is Jehovah? Is that not true?
Yeah, I disagree with that.
Okay, that's okay. As far as I know, for the majority part, people that practice Islam believe the God of the Bible name is Allah, or Quran name is Allah, and Christians believe that the God name is Jehovah.
Okay, let me say this real quick.
They agree that
hold
it's
up,
the same God.
before you say all that, bro, I can cut the snake off at the head and tell you why I say that. Now, Rabbi Lewis, take yourself off mute real quick, bro. Rabbi Lewis. Okay, now watch this. Rabbi Lewis, me and you is not finna get into an argument, bro. I just need a simple yes or no answer, okay?
Sure.
Do Muslims believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God?
No.
Not Jesus.
Okay,
I
stop
didn't
right there.
mention
Stop right
Jesus,
there.
nobody.
Okay, that's it. Go back on mute, Rabbi Lewis. So
Sure.
everything that you just said, BLS, and everything that you was about to say, this is the reason why I don't care what you're trying to connect the names of God to. The reason why me and him don't serve the same God, because my God say, in my book, as y'all like to say, in my book, Jesus is the Son of God. In his book, it says Jesus is not the Son of God. So
Right.
in my book, when it says that it's gonna be false teachers, people that come in the name of Jesus and other gospels and other all this and that, he would be one of those people that fall in that category.
I
Now, I
agree
ain't
with
got no
you.
hate for my brother, so no, we do not serve the same God. I don't care what
agree with
name
you.
they want to call their God, bro.
I
I
feel
agree
that,
with you.
but it
I
was
agree
Yo,
with
I'm
you.
just
still here. Yo, I am still here.
Wait. Now, everybody
Yo,
pause.
I am still here.
Everybody pause so we can end that argument, and let's get back to the original argument at hand, which is Muslims. Sabio argument against the atrocities, and Rabbi Lewis defending those atrocities in the way
But
that
you
he
didn't
was
even let me
defending them. Let's
answer
cut all that off
ask
right
my
here.
question. My question has nothing to do with what you're talking about at all.
You
At
brought that
all.
up though, bro. You
But
brought
it
that up,
has
bro.
nothing to do with it. Only reason I brought it
You
up is because
said that me and him share the same God based off of a name. I
let me
said we don't
phrase
share the
it in a
same God
different
based
way.
off. You brought that up, not me.
Let me phrase it
Come
in a
on,
different way,
man.
nobody. Let me phrase it in a
Come on,
different way.
man. I told y'all I'm not in it, bro. Like, come on, man.
All right, let me phrase it in a different way. The Crusaders believed that their God name was Yahweh. The Arabs believed that their God name was Allah, but they both believed that they were serving the same God. So
I
my
ain't
question
denying none of that. I don't deny none of
so
that. But
my
what they got
question
to do
to
with
the
what I said?
rabbi is, not you, nobody, but my question to the rabbi is, since this was done in victory equates to divine intervention, did Allah side with the blue-eyed devils that you call the Europeans when the Crusaders beat the Arabs down into oblivion?
See, I wrapped that up. See, Rabbi, I wrapped that up already. What he's saying, how can you get those? How can you get that victory to your God? Your God must be wicked, bro. I'm cutting the snake. I'm cutting the head off at the snake. I don't know if y'all getting it already, bro. I'm wrapping y'all argument up and trying to get the other person to address what y'all saying from that overall viewpoint, bro.
But
Rabbi
see, my
Lewis,
question had nothing to do with you, nobody. It had to do with him saying
it
that
started out like that,
divine
but okay.
intervention equates to victory. And since the
Right.
Christian
There you
Crusaders
go.
beat them down, I guess Allah gave them the
Yeah.
inspiration to do
So
so.
what kind of God do you serve, Rabbi? Your God got to be a wicked God, bro. That's what it's coming down to. Come on, bro. He let all this stuff happen, bro. Hold up. Not only did he let all this stuff happen, you saying you giving credit to your God for letting it happen, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta address it, bro. Take yourself off mute, Rabbi.
Yeah, there's only one kingdom that's promised to last forever. In the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 44. And that's the kingdom of Israel. That's the only kingdom that Allah promised would never fall. So Allah never said nations would rise and fall. So that'll be my response to that.
Okay.
So
Now,
Allah let the blue-eyed devil beat you guys down, beat the Arabs down. Is that what you're saying? Because
he's saying yes, bro. He's saying yes.
Okay, fine.
Hello, wait. Now, see, now watch this. That's where I come in. I really hope y'all get what I be saying, bro. What he's saying is, it don't matter how it ended up, how it happened, because we see in the Bible, Israel fell, Israel came up, all that. What he's saying is, according to God, that Israel kingdom line that the Muslims take, no matter how it go up and down, it is or that, it's gonna last forever, bro.
But he said the blue-eyed devil was his enemy. Nobody. He said the blue-eyed devil is his enemy.
That's what he's saying. Black
allowed the blue-eyed devil to beat him into oblivion. How could that be?
He agreeing with that. But watch this though. He's saying even if that did happen, it was ordained to happen, bro. Yeah, all that happened, but they're not gonna be on top when it all said and done. He not denying that.
I mean, if I can respond to that,
So
if I can respond to that,
for his people to be destroyed by the blue-eyed devil that he says a lot.
I want him to respond to that. Go ahead, Rabbi. I don't want to misrepresent you. Go ahead. Respond to that, Rabbi.
Yeah, so after the Umayyad dynasty fell, there was a lot of deviation that took place. So Allah was probably upset about that because a lot of deviation took place after the Umayyad dynasty fell. In fact, it said that hold on, let me write this down so don't forget.
He's saying the same thing I just said. Yeah, he agreeing with it. Rabbi, listen to me, bro. I don't agree with what you believe, but I know I'm representing you right. Yeah, he not disagreeing with none of that. Circumstances happen. He's saying circumstances happen.
He said Allah was upset with them, so he allowed them to be butchered to death. Butchered to death.
But you can read in the Bible where God was upset with Israel. You can read in the Quran.
Nobody butchered to death and bludgeoned. He's saying that because Allah was upset, he allowed that to happen to his people.
Right. Right.
I mean, what the hell?
But hey, he's saying it's an eternal plan, bro. The eternal plan. Listen to me though, Black Lives. You hear me laughing? Yeah, because you know I feel you, Black
Lion. Can I say something?
Yes, you can, but hold on. I just want my brother Black Lion to get it. Black Lion, you feel me, bro. I get what you're saying. All I'm saying is,
nobody
I don't understand what he is saying.
Hey, y'all call me crazy. I get
what you're going. I get where you're going with it.
Yeah.
I don't understand him. I don't understand the rabbi. But go ahead, fam.
Because what he's doing is he's trying to equate the Umayyads and what happened with them with his stance on dynasties rising and falling. And basically, because dynasties or peoples or countries go through changes, then that's what happens, and it doesn't matter. Allah wills it because Allah wills it. It's all done under divine intervention. But what
he brought it up though.
No, listen. Stay. Can you see? This is what this is what you're not letting people finish. What you're doing.
I apologize. Go ahead.
What you're missing is in him saying this, he said God wills it. So he don't care about none of that.
Right.
He don't care about none of the atrocities, none of that. What he said is what he said because he believes Allah is God. Simple.
So since those things did happen, Sabio, hold on. Let me ask this. Since those things did happen, right? And his explanation is for it was God's will, right? If it wasn't God's will, then why did those things happen then?
Technology. Advancements in things like technology.
But that's what he said.
No, but that isn't God, because I'm gonna tell you like this: some African tribes had technology over some of the people that they
That's what
enslaved.
he said.
Hold on, listen,
That's what he said, though,
stop,
bro.
stop. Can you stop? Can you
He
stop?
already said
Because
that.
no, because what you're doing is you're trying to minimize my argument. I need you to
Go
stop
ahead.
and listen. So, what I was saying was some of those African tribes that had advanced technology over those other African tribes, when they went to war and they conquered them, the one thing they did not do, it wasn't in the name of a religion. It was over territory, land,
Bro, that's a lie,
resources.
bro. Man,
No,
that's a lie.
it's
Nope.
a.
Paradigm shift TV. That's a lie.
Go ahead,
I'm
Bianchi.
calling it
Am
out.
I lying?
That's a lie.
Am I
That's a lie.
lying?
That's a lie.
Anybody else? Am I lying?
That's a lie. If we want to go back to any ancient civilization, we can take it out of Africa or in Africa.
It wasn't over religion.
When people conquer lands and all that stuff, bro, religion don't mean nothing but belief system. I don't care what you believe in.
Hold on, what we saying, Sabio lied about?
So he said. Let me explain myself. Let me say. No.
Bro,
I don't want. I don't want. Can I explain myself?
Everybody, hold on.
I want to explain myself. I do not like the way he explained things. Can I explain myself?
Sabio, what was your position?
So what my position was because basically the rabbi has been saying since people get conquered, it's God's will. And I was saying, and I said, when people conquered, when tribes went to war in Africa, they may have had advanced technology, but they did not go to war over religion. It was mainly over land, resources, and things like that.
Okay. Nobody. What was the contention?
The contention with it was before he switched it up, he was saying
that's what I said.
Go ahead, I got you. He was saying that people didn't go to war pretty much when they got
religion.
Let me know when I can finish then.
Let him go, Sabio.
He was pretty much saying that when people went to war and they went to victories, they didn't get the attributes to their God. And I was saying that
they didn't go to war over religion.
I never said they went to war.
So what I would say to that is, both of y'all right.
That's what.
In that, and I say, let me explain before I go back on mute. The reason Sabio is right is because they wanted the land, they wanted the resources, and they wanted to exploit those resources however they could to benefit their nation. Nobody is right because when they succeeded in acquiring whatever prize, land, resource, etc., that they was going after, they gave praise to their deities.
I didn't ever say they did.
If that makes sense.
So that makes perfect sense. That's what I said.
And I did never disagree. And I did
okay, so what are you talking about?
That didn't ever come up in anything.
Everybody wait real quick, bro.
Let's get back on track because
I know this is get back on track right here. Bianca, we get back on track.
You see what Rocky's saying in the chat,
bro? Stop.
See what Rocky's saying in the chat.
Stop, bro. This is where the common ground come in there. Because listen, this is what's been said the whole night, at least on Rabbi Lewis' side. I'm not saying I agree with it. Listen to me. You just said, Sabio, out your own mouth, you were not disagreeing with me, right? That's what Rabbi Lewis been saying the whole night. He been saying that no matter what his people went to war over, the victories over all that, they gave it to their God. That's what he's saying, bro. So you disagree with his opening premise and you open, bro. That's what's been said for the last, it was 45 minutes, now it's about an hour and 20 minutes. All I'm asking you is to argue from that standpoint now, bro. Everybody else is updated on it, bro. That's what we been at, bro.
I'm not listening to you.
He didn't say that.
That's why I don't listen.
That's all Rabbi Lewis been saying, bro. Listen to me. That's what Rabbi Lewis has been saying.
All right, y'all do me a favor. Let's get back on track. I gotta go back on mute, but
all right. So now that we know,
shout out to everybody that came on.
You go ahead.
Hey, nobody.
He don't like this. He don't like the way
Rabbi
I say
Lewis.
stuff.
Rabbi Lewis, you're gonna have to see this brother Rocky. You dealing with Sabio now, and you see Sabio don't be playing, but you're gonna have to see this brother Rocky as well. So had that on your plate for a later dialogue, if you know what I'm saying, Rabbi Lewis. I got a lot of cats. I got a lot of cats ready that's locked and loaded. So all right, y'all.
All right,
proceed.
Peace to both brothers on the panel, man. The initial brothers, which is Sabio Robinson, Scripture Rippers YouTube channel where you can find him at Brother Rabbi Lewis. I just got to be fair, man. Brother Rabbi Lewis been taking a lot of heat tonight, but I ain't seen him back down or run from anything. Hey, you know, a lot of arguments have been presented tonight. You know what I'm saying? We had Black Line Supreme come through. We had Ronald to come through. We also had the founder, Piyanki Patadner from and Ra come through as well. Just right now, man, we not. I guess both of the brothers are willing to go on for a little longer. But before we close out and do all that stuff, man, I just want to update everybody, man. Right now, man, I guess everybody's caught up. Sabio asked, how could the Muslim guy do all these atrocities? Rabbi Lewis answered that they did all those atrocities, and not only did they do it, it was the will of God. And not only is that something that other tribes in Africa have did, as well as other nations, it's something that Islam has did as well. That's a valid argument. So that's where we at right now. Sabio, it's your time to go. Rabbi Lewis, you can address whatever Sabio is about to say. Sabio, he's telling you that what the Muslims are doing is nothing that an African tribe can say that they haven't did, bro.
False.
That's what he's saying, bro.
You're lying, and I'm going to call you on it. Because what I distinctly said had nothing to do with them venerating their gods at the end of the conquering. Nothing at all. You misrepresented my whole stance. What I said, and I'm going to say it again clearly and slower, much slower, is that when Africans went to war with other Africans, it was over land, resources, and they not over religion. Simple. Nowhere ever did I say anything about them venerating their deity or their ancestors or praising anything at the end of their conquering or their war. Do not do that. I don't like it.
Okay. Again, I did not misrepresent you because I did not represent your argument. What I said was his response to your argument. You keep forgetting, you went first, bro. You gave your position. You didn't say nothing about the stuff that you said now in your opening statement. Your opening statement was the atrocities that Islam and Muslims have committed.
Because I didn't have to mention anything about what Africa did to Africa.
Pause, or I will mute you. Because anybody can watch this video back. I ain't misrepresented you at all. This is the only issue, man, you got. 1 minute you're saying I misrepresented you right, because I can show that in the video. I can show you right now where you said in the video, I ain't misrepresented you at all. So don't say I did that right now, bro. Don't do it, bro. Again, I'm not even representing what you said. Overall, I'm representing what he said to you, bro. That's been the whole issue tonight. Most people are getting what he said. Now, you might not like what he said, but what he said was addressing your opening position. Everything else you're saying that I'm saying is after your opening position, bro. So don't do me like that. I'm not misrepresenting you, bro. So again, I want to give you another opportunity, not to address me, to address where you and Rabbi Lewis is at. Because I can ask Rabbi Lewis for the 6th time tonight. I've asked Rabbi Lewis 5 times tonight, have I misrepresented him? He said no every single time. I can ask him for this 6th time, which I don't need to, because I get what he's saying and I get what you're saying, bro. I totally get what you're saying, bro, and you've admitted that. So now where we've at in the argument is, I want you to get what he's saying and then give your spiel, bro. Address that. Go in, bro. You hear me? Go in. I'm not disagreeing with what you said, Sabio. You hear me? I just want you to address what he's saying, bro. That's it, bro. So right now,
what he said was a bunch of apologetic nonsense for
Bam,
Islam.
say that. There you go. Say that. There
for
you go.
Islam.
There you go.
Listen.
Go ahead. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Go ahead.
What he said was a whole bunch of apologetic nonsense for Islam and its atrocities, and you cannot equate what Africans did to Africans, like I said earlier, which he keeps trying to do, with a foreign entity coming from a whole nother land. Africans was having tribal wars with other African nations within close proximity. Now, if these was Muslims having wars within Arab lands over there on the Arab continent, over there the Middle East, I wouldn't have a problem.
There you go.
With what he's saying.
There you go.
Because these people decided that we want to expand, we're going to take our God, Allah, and force it on these people that we're going to deem as black, pagan, uncouth, stinky, smelly, unable to learn, and all these other things. And you want me to sit up here and shake his hand?
There you go.
I'll slap you in your face in person, bro.
There you go. Now you just addressed the argument. See, bro. See, I ain't doing you. There you go. Now, Rabbi Lewis. Now do you get what he's saying? Now what he's saying is, now he not even now. Of course he's saying that other people went to war. You know what I'm saying? And they went over other stuff that didn't have nothing to do with God. But he's not denying that even when they won their victories, that they may have gave, some of their praise to whatever God they believed in Africa. But what he's saying is, you can't say that Muslims and Islam, that those people can call that black on black stuff when Muslims are not just made of black people. He said these Muslims that was from other lands came into the motherland and took over Africa. And hey, I would have to agree. We can't say all these people were African. So since all these people weren't African, you can't say that was a black on black crime, bro. Now, did I misrepresent you, Sabio?
He was saying it's a nation against tribes that's coming in. That's what he's trying to
No.
It's
Sabio, did I misrepresent you, bro?
Can you please not speak for me?
I'm
please
asking
do your. I asked you at the beginning. Can you please not speak?
So I misrepresented you.
I say things clearly.
I know. I'm saying
and when I say things, I don't think they need to be clarified.
Sometimes
that's why.
Do.
No. What I said. Listen, bro. What I said was direct and to the point. Now, if I broke up, you could have said I broke up. But apparently I did not break up. I do not need you to say what I said. Let the man respond.
Now he's forgetting what your question was, bro. You deflected. My question was, bro, based off what I said, it's a yes or no question, bro. Did I misrepresent you in how I responded to him?
Can Rocky say what he was saying? And
it
then
wasn't
let him respond.
Can
Rocky respond? Can Rocky respond? Can Rocky respond?
It wasn't Rocky's turn to go. It was Rabbi Lewis' turn to go. No, Rocky could not respond. It wasn't.
It wasn't your turn to go. It was Rabbi Lewis.
I'm the moderator. I can go whenever I want to go, bro. Bro, you can either yield or you can do whatever you want to do, bro.
I spoke because you were misrepresenting him. That's why I tried to clean it.
No. Listen to me though. This is why I asked him.
Yes, you were. That's why I did it. So that's why I wanted Rocky to go.
Okay.
That's why I wanted Rocky to go.
Okay.
Yes, you were.
Bro, I'm not gonna keep yelling at you like we some kids, bro. I asked you a question because if you could have said yes then, and I could have let you elaborate then, chill out, bro. And I ain't gonna say that again, bro. And if y'all want to leave, y'all can leave, bro. Cause I'm being fair to everybody, bro. Real talk. Chill out, bro.
Asked you not to speak for him.
Bro, I'm gonna speak for you because that's what a moderator does.
No, they don't.
Did lay out
They moderate.
Bro, I know. Moderating means you laid out an argument.
Moderating means you stop it from getting
moderating means
violent.
that I can relay your position to the other person to make sure that they got what you said.
No.
That's why I asked you, did I misrepresent you?
Yes.
Because if I did, I was given the opportunity. Because if I did misrepresent you, I was giving you the opportunity to correct me. So don't correct me when I gave you the opportunity to correct me, bro. And I'm not finna act as if you a child because you a grown man, bro. So treat me like one too, bro. Because I'm being fair to you and everybody else, bro. So chill out. So chill out, bro. And I ain't gonna say that no more, bro. Because I'm being fair to you, bro.
I don't care about your feelings right now, bro.
You're the one in your feelings, bro. So chill out, bro. We can end the show, bro. Because I don't want to make this about me or nobody else, bro. Because I've been nothing but fair to everybody, bro.
You've been misrepresenting.
Okay, so anyway, Rabbi Lewis, take yourself off mute, bro. What's being said is, overall, bro, the people who've came on the panel, as you can see, all of the questions have been directed towards you. People have an issue with you down talking African people and saying the names that you have said tonight about them. And they have an issue with you saying that because those African people got conquered, they got conquered because your people won those battles and wars in the name of their God, bro. That's the overall argument. Address that, please. Both of them.
Yeah, so I like to say Islam has been in Africa since its inception. And Muslims settled in Abyssinia, which is today Ethiopia and Eritrea, to escape religious persecution in the days of the Prophet Muhammad. So Muslims have been in Africa since time immemorial. In fact, Muslims were in Ethiopia and Eritrea in the 600s since time immemorial. Muslims have been in Africa. Now there's a historian named Richard Turner. He's an historian. You got background on. Richard Turner is an historian. He breaks down Islam amongst African Americans into three phases. I got a lot to say. Okay.
This is
Hold on. Let's see. You had a writings of Charles Ball. Charles Ball was one of the first African Americans to publish an autobiography. Was an ex-slave. He said, at the time I first went to Carolina, there was a great many African slaves in the country. I became intimately acquainted with some of these men. I know several who must have been, from what I have since learned, Mohammedans. Though at the time I had never heard of the religion of Muhammad, there was one man on the plantation who prayed 5 times every day, always turning his face to the east in the performance of his devotion. So Charles Ball was an American ex-slave, and he's the first African to publish an autobiography, right? And he was saying how he was in North Carolina or Carolinas in America, and he had met some slaves who were Muslims. I don't have time to get to the whole book. My book is called, if you want to read it, I read over 30 books. It's called, for the people who really want to read, study. The book is called The Jews, Negro, or White, Black Hebrew Israelites Debunked, the book I wrote. Like I said, the historian Richard Turner breaks down Islam amongst African Americans into 3 phases, showing that it spread rather peaceably, actually. And I don't have time to get to the whole thing, but yeah.
Ronald, you next, bro. Go ahead.
So this is crazy, yo. So Rabbi, you telling me when they came into Ethiopia that there wasn't conflict? After the emperor accepted them and they went to where they went to, you telling me there wasn't any conflict? You talking about Islam was in Africa since its inception? That's ridiculous. I need to see some type of paperwork for one of those things you said. Give me at least some paperwork for one.
Yo, I almost bust out laughing when he said,
Go ahead, Rabbi Lewis. He said that you got a source for one of them. He said he'll take more, but just give him one so he can look it up.
Excuse me. It was a story by the name of Michael Gomez.
Michael Gomez.
Huh?
I want him to pull it up on the screen so I can see where he getting the information.
Do you have a screen? Do you have a screen share, Rabbi Lewis?
No, Michael Gomez said that it was between 400,000 and 500,000.
Rabbi Lewis, are you on your phone or are you on your laptop? Because you can share on both your phone and your laptop.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
We're gonna be fair. We're gonna be fair, though. We're gonna be fair. Okay, you said Michael Gomez, right? What?
Yes, he said.
What book? What book or what? I mean, just to make it easier, if he want to just type in Michael Gomez ABC on Google, Michael Gomez, what? What can he type in to look it up?
It says this is a quote from my own book I wrote called "What the Jews, Negro, White, Black Hebrews to Debunk." One of my books, Debunking Black Israelitism. Michael Gomez
slow down, bro. Slow down.
He said it's a quote from his own book, not Michael Gomez. He said it's a quote.
Yeah, I quote Michael Gomez in my book.
He quote Michael Gomez. He's saying he quote the scholar Michael Gomez in his book. So what I want to know is what did you read from Michael Gomez? Like, give us Michael Gomez's name and his source that you got it from, so we can Google it.
Says I'm quoting Michael Gomez work in my book. What the Jews, Negro, or White, Black Israelites debunk. Debunking the Black Israelites. I'm a former Black Israelite. Michael Gomez said between 400,000 and 520,000.
What's the name of his book?
Wait. No. Listen to me, bro. We're not looking for the name of your book. We want the source for Michael Gomez. Michael Gomez, what? What can we Google? What can we Google with Michael Gomez's name in it for us to read what you are presenting?
You can't just say Michael Gomez, bro.
That's what he's asking, bro.
Yeah.
So you put the car for the horse. Let me see what I had to say. Then we can do that.
Okay. So Michael Gomez, conflict of the horse.
What's the name?
It says Michael Gomez says. Hold on,
Michael Gomez's work.
Come on, bro. You got to give us the source, bro. Michael Gomez is the name, but what source from Michael Gomez, bro? You got to give us the Gomez source.
I need something legit so I can pull it. I'm gonna type it
so we can look it up, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna type it in on my screen and I'm gonna share my screen. So
put it like this. Listen to me, Rabbi Lewis. You telling us the quote now? You are telling us that you're quoting Michael Gomez in your book. Okay, we get that. What we want to know is the quote that you got from Michael Gomez. If I was to go on my phone, go on Google, type in Michael Gomez, what else do I need to type in after Gomez so I can pull up that specific? Like, for example, if it's in Michael Gomez, Clifford the Big Red Dog, we need to know what source from Michael Gomez that we can pull that up from, is what we're asking, bro.
Yeah, I was giving you that. You keep cutting me off. So it says, I quote, another historian by the name of Michael Gomez says that between 400,000 and 522,000 Africans came to the Americas during the slave trade, and at least 200,000 came from the areas influenced by Islam. So he was saying a lot of the Muslims were, or a lot of the slaves were Muslims, over 200,000.
But in what source? Listen to me, bro. You're quoting him, but you're not giving us the source of the quote, bro.
And then my problem is the quote that he's using when you're going to talk about Islam being in Africa since its inception. You're like, you kind of being like erroneous with even a quote you using. It don't even sound right. I just want to know the name of the work, my man.
That's what he asking, bro. He asking, okay, listen, come on, Rabbi, bro. You got to get what I'm saying, bro.
But all that does is support Sabio's position, because that's evidence of the sub-Saharan slave trade. How you think they became Muslims?
Exactly. I don't even want to touch that black line. I want to get the name of this thing.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You ain't gave us the name, Rabbi. He asked you a specific source, bro. You gave us the name and you quoted the name, but you didn't give us the source. Like, let me give you an example, bro. You can say,
I got the page. I got the page in my book. I got it right here.
What's the name of the book?
Michael Gomez, Muslims in Early America by Michael Gomez.
That's what we asking for. Okay, say it again.
Yeah, my bad. I had to go in my book and look for it.
That's what we're asking for, bro. Go ahead, say it again.
It's Michael Gomez's work from 1994, Muslims in Early America by Michael Gomez.
Slow down. Michael Gomez, 1994, what?
No, Michael Gomez, 1994. Muslims in Early America by Michael Gomez, The Journey of Southern History, page 60, number 4, Number 4.
There you go. There you go, Ronald.
He said,
I
"What
ain't saying
page?"
if it's true or false. I ain't saying if it, bro. Listen, I ain't saying if it's true or false, but that's where he's saying he got it from.
Page 64. I've heard the story before, so if we could concede and move on from that point. We know why they were Muslims. I mean, it's not a big secret.
So
yeah, I figured
now.
he was using that book. I
See,
figured when he said Michael
I
Gomez,
want
I was
to
like,
understand from
now
That's
watch
what-
this, Rabbi. Watch this, Rabbi. I've been telling them to update their argument all night. Now I got to tell you to update their argument. I mean, to update your argument. The argument that they're making is they already know the sources that you're coming from. So when they are arguing, they're not arguing from a standpoint of not knowing your sources. They're arguing from a standpoint of already knowing your sources, and for you to update your argument according to their argument of knowing your sources, bro.
And
Now,
what I'm
now
trying
it's on you.
what I'm trying to get at with it, nobody, before the rabbi speaks, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna
Go ahead, bro.
Time for me to go to sleep.
Okay.
The rabbi is mentioning sources
Right.
that are relevant to the beginning of the conversation and what I originally asked him. And it's been so long that I forgot what I originally asked him. He's gonna mention,
thank you.
He's gonna mention slaves coming over that are Muslim. We would never make a ridiculous claim like some of the Africans that came over during slavery weren't Muslims, because we know the impact that Islam had on the continent. It swept through the continent like it was wind. So we know how it came in. So I don't even want you to waste your time to even go back to that source, because I'm gonna be.
Now watch this. Now watch this. See, and if y'all would have said what you just said, bro. If y'all would have said that however long ago, bro, that's what he wasn't getting. You hear me? I was just trying to update y'all to where his mindset was at, and then update. You know what I'm saying? What you just said, bam! It cut the snake off at the head, bro. You see what I'm saying?
It took him a while to get the source up, though, nobody. And it's worse than what Rocky said.
Bro, I'm a Christian, bro. Believe me, I know.
So were they, nobody. One of the oldest Christian churches is found in Saudi Arabia. Let's stop playing this game. The Arabic language comes from, not you, bro, not you. The Arabic language comes from the Nabatean alphabet. That is a Christian language. Let's stop playing.
Watch this, bro. If I had to jump in on the argument, we can just cut the whole Muslim sect off, and y'all can just blame it on us.
What are we playing for?
So that's how y'all should know, bro. I mean, I ain't saying you Black Lion Supreme, because you ain't accused me of this ever. That's how y'all know. I ain't being biased, bro. I'm just being fair. There you go. Yeah, right. So I'll take all the heat. So I'm saying, I'm not saying that Brother Rabbi Lewis having said stuff tonight that I don't agree with or do agree with, but I'm just overall. You hear me? We can just trump everything. I disagree with him overall. Just in being Muslims, I disagree with Muslims overall. You hear me? So I ain't taking up for nobody. I'm just here for the arguments, bro.
That's when the language comes from a Christian language, from a Christian alphabet.
There we go.
You feel that way.
So hey, I love all of y'all, bro. I love all y'all the same, bro. Like, and I don't want nobody to misrepresent y'all arguments, bro. Y'all can do it to each other, but I'm just here to bring it for the audience, bro. I mean, I don't care how y'all feel about me, but just like Black Lion Supreme, and he ain't never accused me of this. I'm fair, man. Like, real talk. Take my position out of it when I'm moderating. Now, if you want to debate me, we can debate. Everybody know that. I want to smoke all day, every day. But when I'm moderating, man, I'm being
first. We're gonna get it in about them African gods. You sound very confident. Yeah, you sound very confident. So I want you on that one. We're gonna have a discussion on that one.
Y'all look out for me and Black Lion Supreme.
But right now we cutting off the head of Islam.
Of Islam.
Yes, you know and Islam was not here since time immemorial. That is not true.
And a lot of y'all don't know this. Me and Rabbi Lewis got some stuff coming up. You know, he talked about contradictions in the Bible. And I know y'all didn't know this, but I'm gonna put it out there, Rabbi. We got some stuff coming up, you know what I'm saying, about all that. You know, we're gonna have our little debate and doing all that. But as y'all see, even though I know that we got stuff coming up, I'm being fair, man. But that's just all I want to say. But hey, I love all y'all brothers, man. Like, real talk. You know what I'm saying? We all black, bro. All of us are black, bro. Real talk. All of us are black, bro. And this is the most diverse channel on YouTube, bro. And this is the platform where everybody can be treated fairly and bring your position to the table. Some of our grandmamas and grandfathers and daddies and mamas, who depend on their age, they don't know about the stuff we talk about every day, bro. But they'll tune in because you on here. They'll watch. They'll see what other people who you hang around, the stuff that you like, the stuff that you into. They'll see other perspectives from Black people, man. And that's what it's all about, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to misrepresent each other, bro. None of us, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't overall about what we believe as in coming together as Black people. That can come another day. But if we all gonna agree that we pro-Black, man, we at least gotta agree to give each other a chance, bro. And we gotta represent each other fairly, bro. Fairly, bro. Like real talk.
It's just not us, nobody. If you go to any debate, you will see conflicts. I've been to white debates where people. I've actually been to a white debate where someone threw a punch. I've never seen anyone throw a punch at a Black debate.
BLS.
But y'all getting off topic.
BLS, I can cut that snake out. I can cut that head out. I can cut snake out the head right there. Bro, wives and husbands can be together for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. When do they agree all the time?
Exactly.
Come on, bro. So ain't nobody even got to tell us about skin color, bro.
We can agree. We can agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. Right. We can agree. Right.
It's going to be some heated times.
It's going to be some heated times.
We just lie through it and get to the information. That's all.
There we go, bro. That's what it's all about. So ain't nobody got to come to me with no black, white stuff, no this or that. I've been with my wife 20 years. Other people that stopping that. You see husband and wife, nigga cousins and brothers and all that. We argue within ourselves. So if we argue within ourselves and we got the same blood, definitely people argue within themselves and they got the same race or continent or so that stuff should anybody who on our level, anybody who on Sabio level, Black Line Supreme level, Ronald level, Pianki level, Rabbi, bro, we should already be past that, bro. So all that conflict stuff, bro, we can skip past that and get to the bigger picture, man. Like real talk, bro.
Yeah,
like,
let me say this. Black Line Supreme. Let me say this. All that we can work through. Disagreement. It depends on what the disagreement is. So when it comes to this particular topic that we're talking about, I am not going to shake hands with any person that is going to turn a blind eye to the atrocities that have been placed on the continent of Africa.
Okay. So Rabbi Lewis.
Hold on, bro. I'm not finished.
Go ahead.
I'm not finished. You know, because what is being done, if I turn that eye and shake the hand of a man or anybody that says what Islam did is what Islam did and it's in the past, and we cannot hold them accountable, then we might as well forget holding the Christians accountable for the atrocities of the transatlantic slave trade. So we shouldn't talk about anything at all that has to do with slavery. We should leave it alone. And I am not, as long as there is breath in my lungs, going to turn a blind eye to neither of those institutions, those peculiar institutions.
Okay. So Rabbi Lewis, he's not making it personal, bro. He's not literally attacking you, but you fall under the category of the doctrine of what he said that he will not yield to, bro. He will not yield to anybody that overlook the atrocities that have been committed on the continent of Africa. And since he is addressing you specifically when it comes to the Muslims and the atrocities that they have committed on the continent of Africa, he's not willing to shake the hand or yield to a person who agrees with those things, regardless of what explanation of why you say they have done those things. Sabio, did I misrepresent you? Yes or no?
You said it exactly how I said it, but I think he could have.
Okay, I don't need, that's it. Stop, please. Just go on mute. Thank you, my brother. So, address that, Rabbi. Take yourself off mute, bro.
The harsh reality is that Allah has blinded you, brother Sabio. Allah has blinded you. I just hope if you can see, I hope you can come around to my point of view. Allah has blinded you, brother, and I pray for you. I pray that you accept Islam. I want to say consider Islam, because on Judgment Day, Allah will tell you. He sent Rabbi Lewis to tell you, and you deny what he said. So I just have to say, anybody listening, if you're Black Israelite, Christian, agnostic, Kemet, consider Islam.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Now, hold up, Sabio, I got you, bro. Believe me, I got you. He didn't. He did not. He did not give you a yes or no answer. Now, I was thinking he was gonna come back and say something like, "Hey, I disagree with what Sabio said. I'm saying it's black on black crime because these people are black," and then go into what he said. But he didn't say that. So I'm agreeing. He did not give you a yes or no answer. But his response to your question was that you are blinded because you don't see the ways of Allah. Did I misrepresent you, Rabbi?
No.
There we go. Go ahead, Sabio. Go ahead, Sabio.
Yo, first off, I don't need nobody PR. I don't want you PREYING over me. I don't want you praying for me to your made up as deity named Allah. First off. All right, so keep it to yourself. Second of all, I am not blinded by anything. You're blinded by the lies that you have been told and you live by. Okay? So, you need to really look at this video in its entirety and look at all the dancing you did from the beginning. I showed sources backing up my claim on the impact of Islam on Africa, and all you did was dance. You said it was divine. When asked about the World Trade Center's bombing, you said it was divine. You didn't even say it was divine. You said something totally different. Something totally different. You don't have a stance. You just follow something because you've been taught it. And you wrote some books on it and you think you're someone special. You're nothing
special. Hey, you wrote a lot of books, bro. You claim to have wrote a lot of books, and tonight, a lot of your sources did come from your book, where you did quote other sources, And hey, as my brother said, man, he said, addressing your response to his question, what he said was that he is not blinded by Allah. In fact, it's the other way around. You are blinded, bro. You have fed into the rhetoric that was taught to you by people who follow that stuff, to the point where you are willing to overlook the fact that people who are not African came into Africa, conquered other Africans, and you're claiming that is black on black crime when those people were not even Africans. Muslims go far. You can find Muslims in Europe. You can find them in Spain. You can find them all over the world, long story short. And the people who came into Africa, which we know are black people, and did what they did to black people, it's no way on God's green earth that you can say that that was black on black crime. And then say that it was because the God that you pray to, who is supposed to be the God who sovereigns over all people, no matter what skin color they are, there's no way that you can say that this God is for African people when this God would let people, even if it was some people who were African, there are people who wasn't African, come into Africa and do what they did, bro. Like that's serious. Sabio, did I misrepresent you?
Nope.
Thank you, my brother. Rabbi Lewis, these are your closing arguments. I want to give you 4 minutes, and I would allow 5 minutes. I want to give you 4 minutes though. So don't make it short. Don't yield your time. Everything that you heard tonight, the arguments that have been presented from my brother Sabio, and he presented some good arguments. The arguments from Ronald, the arguments from my brother Black Lion Supreme, and the people in the chat. I'm going to give you 4 minutes, and we will extend that to 5 to give your closing arguments and respond to everything that you heard, and to let people know where they can find you at the end, and if they want to get more of your teachings. You have 5 minutes, bro. And bro, listen to me, my brother. You are hung on some serious charges, bro. You have answered some of the questions. Some of them you kind of deflected from, some of them you kind of ran from. But you got 4 minutes to address all of it based off the understanding that you have. Let's go, bro.
Mashallah. My name is Rabbi Lewis. I read over 30 books. Check out my new stock book. I'll have a green day. Interested in stock technical analysis. I work in investment banking. I read over 3 books on the stock market. I got other books. Just go to Amazon, type in Rabbi Lewis. Inshallah, this was riveting for you. It wasn't too boring. Again, it's pretty obvious that they have been blinded by Allah. I just want to implore everybody listening, if you can hear my voice, consider Islam, please, before it's too late. I don't want to say too much. You know what's going on in the world right now. What virus?
No, give us the gospel, bro. Listen to me, Rabbi. If
Right.
today was our last day on earth, bro, if I'm wrong about Christianity, if Sabio's wrong about what he believes, if Pianki's wrong, Ronald's wrong, if BLS is wrong, first off, I want you to address their arguments, bro. Second off, save my life, bro. Right now on YouTube, bro. Address their arguments and give me Sabio, Black Lion Supreme, Pianki, Ronald, Sutek that's in the chat, Pure Black, bro. Give us the saving message, bro. I could die tonight going home from work, bro. Come on, bro. Come with it, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. Certainly. Just say, consider Islam. Just say you believe there's no God but Allah, Muhammad is messenger, and be saved. In a nutshell, all I heard today was a bunch of ridiculous rhetoric about how atrocious Islam was because they came in Africa and stole stuff and conquered another people, which is a ridiculous argument, as I proved tonight. That's pretty much all I have to say. Inshallah, this was a learning experience. I won't put my number out there, but you got some crazy people. But if you want to get in contact with me,
email.
Hit up Pianki or Brother Nobody. They got my number, so just hit me up. We can fellowship. I'm open for other dialogues and other platforms, other panels. Inshallah, it's edifying again. Good night, guys. Thanks again. Salam.
I just want to ask you before you go, my brother. Did I misrepresent you at all tonight, Rabbi?
No, tonight has been incredible, brother. You've been incredible.
Do you agree that you and I disagree on what we believe spiritual?
Yes, excuse me.
Right.
I'm looking forward to getting in the ring with you, Nobody. We can discuss some issues with the Bible.
Right. But we do agree that I've been fair to you tonight, right?
Of course, I love to get the ring with you and talk about some, about the Bible, issues with the Bible.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, my brother. Sabio Robinson, you heard what he had to say. He had 5 minutes, at least 4. He didn't even take a minute and 45 seconds. These are your closing arguments, bro. I want to give you a chance to respond to everything that you have heard tonight. I also want you to let people know where they can find you at, and all that good stuff, bro. You have 4 minutes, 5 minutes extended. Go ahead, my brother.
Well, I will say this. This has been a riveting, as he said, I like that word he used, riveting conversation. But with that being said, I'm going to say this. First off, he didn't address much of what was being said. And when he did, it was apologetic at its finest. He apologized for the atrocities that were put on a race of people by an outside race of people, and he tried to justify it by saying that the race that the people have intertribal wars. Intertribal wars. That was his justification. What we saw today from the rabbi who wrote 30 books is nothing but a bunch of gish galloping to make Islam prominent. No, Islam has to go. You don't want to continue having these conversations with me because the more I learn, the deadlier I become. I understand that you have love for Islam because you're a Muslim. That shit don't mean nothing. It's a religion that was forced on you and your people. And until you recognize that, you cannot ever be true to the African and the Mexican who you claim you descend. Prosecution rests.
Prosecution. Hey, Sabio, we just saw some litigation and prosecution from Brother Polite within the last 24 hours. My bad. Let's not get off subject.
Please don't bring that. I don't even want to talk about that.
I'm messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you. Come on, bro. Come on. Let us. We might got to do a show together on that. Okay. Sabio,
did not get me to do a show on that.
Okay. Well, cool. Hey, let the people know where they can find you at, my brother.
You can find me on Scripture Rippers. We will be launching a new channel, probably Real Talk Info channel. Come in the next couple of weeks, set up correctly. But you can find me on Scripture Rippers. You can also find me on Pseudo Killers. You can find me on Dagger Squad. You can find me on Paradigm Shift 314.
Find them on Paradigm Shift TV.
Also find me on Kofi Pasta over there with Sue Tech.
We don't know that.
Sometimes when they allow me to have this conversation that I
that's what's up.
Contribute
That's what's up.
to. So that being said, the prosecution rate.
Prosecution risk. Rabbi Lewis, let the people know where they can find you at, my brother.
I found you on Facebook. I'm adding you right now. That's you nobody?
Yeah, nobody.
Jacobus White, right?
Yeah.
I'm just a nobody trying to tell you everything. What dare you?
Just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. Hey, you already know.
I just added you on Facebook. We could set up a discussion. Again, my name is Rabbi Lewis. Just go to Amazon, type my name in, read my books. When we get to stock investing, check my book out, Home for Hustlers. Thanks again.
That's what's up. As anybody see, if you know me, you know me on Facebook. This brother is just now sending me a friend request. So none of this is pre-planned, predetermined, or any of this. My brother Pianki let y'all know this was a spur of the moment. So I have not been biased, neither am I'm going to be biased with anybody. But shout out to my brother Black Lion Supreme, Black Lion Supreme. Let the people know where they can find you at, my brother. Take yourself off mute, bro.
Thanks for having me, fam. I appreciate it. It was a interesting build. I'll say that. You can find me on, of course, Dagger Squad, Scripture Rippers, right here on this channel right here, Paradigm Shift. You can find me, all over the net. I see on Pseudo Killers and
All over.
Royal Clan. You know,
He
nothing but a
everywhere.
big family. We
He
nothing but
everywhere,
family
man.
here. We everywhere.
Yes,
So
sir.
peace to everybody. Everybody be safe. Watch yourself. This pandemic is still going on, so please mask up and keep yourself safe at all times, to the best of your abilities. And shout out to both opponents. I appreciate the dialogue. I appreciate you, Rocky. You did a great job. Nobody. You're a great moderator, and we appreciate you, bro.
Thank you,
Keep
bro.
up the good work. And Pianki, you already know what time it is, fam. Peace out.
Man, say I really appreciate that from my
Yo,
brother
Black
Black Lion
Lion.
Supreme. Go ahead, Sabio.
Yo, Black Lion. I'm finna hit you up in the back.
Yes, sir.
Hit you up in the back chat when we get up.
I
Go
can't
ahead,
hear you.
Sabio.
I said I'm finna hit you up in the back chat when we end the show. My phone.
Oh, for sure, bro.
All right, we don't want to hear all that. We don't want to hear all that. Nah, I just play with y'all. Nah, it's like real talk, man. Black Lion Supreme, that's my bro, man. I used to be scared of my brother, but yeah, he brought me out the closet. He don't even know that, but hey, it's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Paradigm Shift TV 314, man. That is Black Lion Supreme. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my bro BLS, man. Shout out to that brother Ronald Lizard, bro. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you coming on, man. Me and my brother Pianki look forward to giving you an interview, man. We don't want you to be no stranger, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to show your point of view on this channel, bro, because this is what we're here for, man. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. I definitely got to give a shout out to the founder, you know what I'm saying, to Paradigm Shift TV 314, my brother Pianki and my big brother Pianki, man, you know what I'm saying? Without him, it would be no me as a co-host on this channel, man. We appreciate you. Appreciate you for chiming in, giving your aspects to the position that these brothers took. I really want to let it be known, hey, Rabbi Lewis, bro, you know I disagree with you overall as in salvation, but man, you know I love you, bro. And as you have alluded to all night, I have not misrepresented you not one time at all tonight, bro. I love you, brother. As much as you wish that people come to the knowledge of Allah, in that same way, I wish that people come to the knowledge of Jesus Christ, man. But I just want to let you know that I love you, bro. And I want to let the listening audience know that that has been Rabbi Lewis. He ain't running from nobody. He ain't ducking nobody. He want all the smoke. That has been Rabbi Lewis, Mr. Who wrote over 30 books. And you can find him in the link inside the chat and also the sources that he's presenting to you all. My brother, Sabio Robinson. Hey, as y'all know, me and my brother bump heads, but when it come down to it, I think my brother know that I'm a genuine brother, man. You know, and I'm for him, and I'm not about misrepresenting him, man. That is Mr. Scripture Rippers. You can also find him over there on Dagger Squad. You know, he's connected with Brother Garfield, one of the channels that I watch a lot, you know what I'm saying, just based off truth and aspects and stuff like that, man. And I just want to let y'all know that shout out to my brother Sabio. He came and gave his position, and he shot all the shots that you can shoot at somebody, you know what I'm saying? And he probably even had more inside the chamber.
Damn right.
But he did a very, 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 very good job of shooting the shot that he did have. And we might have to go and do a part 2 to this, because as the brother just let it be known, he was not done. My brother Sabio, I want to ask you again, have I misrepresented you, my brother?
You did what? But you did a couple times, but it's good, bro.
I accept that, my bro. I just hope you understand that I am your brother. I am nobody. always trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody, and that is Jesus the Christ. This has been Paradigm Shift TV 314, the most diverse channel on YouTube. We'll catch y'all in the next one, and that's peace.
Peace.